Guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode. If you support the podcast, please, please, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and share us with all of your friends and family. This is the only way to promote our podcast and make sure that we grow. Also, if you also want to promote the podcast, please check out insensitivemerch.com and get some drip and rep us in the streets. All right. So without further ado,
I like that
let's hit
TMN
this.
teacher.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And here we go.
You want to be like? Sensitivity equals fucking poverty.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Check it out, homie.
Guys, welcome to episode 89 of Insensitive Culture. As always, you know me.
What's up, what?
You know my guy over here.
And that fool Blazer, Ramon.
Finally, we have in the building, and together we are.
Insensitive Culture, the podcast. Make sure you check it out, homie.
Make sure you check it out, homie. It's good. Yo, Johnny, we missed you, man. It's been too long.
Yeah, it was just a week, wasn't it? He was here the week before last.
He was here the week before, but
It was like a week on, a
you,
week off, a week on, week off. That's what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know because they don't really reach out to us, but I'm pretty sure our listeners missed you too.
I'm sure.
Even though Rocco held us down,
especially with all the non-truth facts y'all were spitting last week.
You know how that is.
That's right.
Yeah,
You know how that is.
That's what happens.
We don't have
on the radio. Like, damn it! If I only I was there.
Yeah, you're definitely our fact checker. So we apologize for any misinformation that was given.
All of it.
But it's all liquor induced, and we tell you all the time you probably shouldn't believe anything you hear from us any damn way. So
Word.
and Rocco was on. You never know what the fuck he's gonna say.
Right.
So whatever.
He's usually right.
Usually, but not all the time. Nah, but for sure, bro. You need to make sure you stay your ass here on Tuesdays.
Yeah, don't do anything.
Don't deviate
ever
from the
again.
plan. Okay. I know that you have a life. I know that you have a life and you have another.
You heard it.
You have multiple careers, but we need you, bro. We need you.
Word.
The culture needs you, dog. The culture needs
Do it
you.
for the culture.
The culture needs it. You got to do it for the culture. That's gonna be our new shit. Fuck it, we're taking it. When they say that we got to do it for the culture, talking about insensitive culture.
That's right.
Fuckers. Yo, that fucking TMNT shirt. Does
I know,
look good
dude.
in
It's
person,
fire. I
man.
feel so fire in the
That
shirt
shit
right
look
now.
fire.
Yeah, it
And this
looks
is
good.
like, even as a kid, like Turtles was my shit.
That
so
was my
like,
shit too.
like to see this actually come to fruition was really amazing. And I was like, yo,
Yep, I need that.
gotta scoop it. So
Yo,
Yeah,
that
that's
came
first
out of
of-
nowhere though. Where
first of many.
How did that?
My
this
brother
happen?
Danny. My brother Danny.
Oh,
we reached out to my brother Danny.
Okay.
And he was like, dog, we got you. And
Okay.
he sure as
looking.
fuck had us.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw someone actually wearing a TMNT shirt, and I was like, oh, that would be perfect.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Insensitive culture.
It struck him.
And I've been trying to think of different outside of the box ways to incorporate pop culture and
Like a Pulp Fiction
and us,
logo.
man.
A Pulp Fiction logo in sensitive culture. It's just something that maybe Danny can make specifically for me.
Yeah, we can get that.
And maybe we even sell it to the people if they want, if there's interest for it. But
Honestly, that's what I've been thinking is we're just gonna come up with designs, wear them, and if enough people show interest in a specific design or some shit, then fuck it. Then we'll make a poll. Who wants this?
ooh, that's
Who
a good
wants
idea.
I like
A
that. I
poll.
like that.
We should poll some of our recent gear and old gear, see if they want to bring back some shit that maybe we're not
Yeah.
even dropping anymore.
I have a few things in queue that just
Word.
might not
Walkman.
even make.
Walkman building.
Yeah,
They might not even make make it onto the website like ever. But you'll probably see me wearing some shit, and if people
that
reach
shit was
out
fire.
enough, then we would produce some shit.
clamor.
All right, guys. So as our usual, let's start this off with a couple of questions, man.
Here we go.
You want to go with the rando? You want to go to the rando question?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right.
Randowski, though.
I pulled 3 out of the pack. So
These have
let's
been
see.
killing. Yeah, these have been good. I like these.
I pulled 3 out of the pack, and then I have one that I want to bring up. All right, so of course, it has to be one of the sex questions, right? So,
The questions last week were
Would
very
you rather jerk off
heavy.
or not jerk off?
I would say
exactly,
probably
exactly.
jerk off for the rest of my life.
yeah. We'll try to spare you guys on the jerk off and come questions.
If you
for a
haven't
little bit.
noticed, we do prefer jerking off to not jerking off. So
Yeah, for sure. All right, so
Fair.
this one is just I don't know. This is a weird question, but is sex with conjoined twins a threesome?
I'm thinking of a very specific set of twins that I've seen on like TLC and
yeah.
shit. Like,
That
and I
doesn't
know
sound like a good
you
one.
know those, and they're. But I mean, they have two separate heads, two separate brains, which means I think they're two. I mean, they're two individual people. So I feel like I'm gonna have to rule threesome on that one.
I would have to say how many crotches are involved here.
Yeah.
So it's pussies.
Yeah.
It's not brain.
Yeah,
It's
I
how
don't
many
think-
pussies are okay.
It depends
They could
because
just be joined at the hip and have
Yeah.
4 legs.
if they're joined at the hip, but there's 2 pussies and 4 legs, then I
Yeah.
would have to say, yeah, that's
That's
a threesome.
100% threesome.
Yeah, that's a threesome.
So no two pussies, no threesome. Is that what you're saying? What if it's like a
So-
pussy and then like a little weird side pussy or something? You're like, I don't know. I don't know what it would look
asshole
like.
wave?
I don't know what it would look
I
like.
think then I think and then we would have to go to the question, did you receive fellatio? Because if there are if there are 2 mouths,
Then that also
then
counts.
that would also count as a threesome. There were 2 separate mouths sucking on your dick.
See, that's where it goes with like the heads and the brains. And these girls, they had 2
You're making
separate,
love.
like, upper bodies.
You're making love. You talking
They
about
had
the
2 upper-
brains and the thought process.
Yeah. No. I'm just talking
There's
about
3 people.
I'm
in
just
that
talking about
room
warm holes here, okay?
and multiple wormholes.
Depends how many holes were involved.
I don't remember going over this question before. The
Oh no, I had to throw this one in rando
he snuck
style
it in there. I wasn't looking. He's like, we're gonna throw this guy in.
because I thought it was a weird enough fucking question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Gotta have
Do you
to
guys know the conjoined twins that I'm talking about?
No,
Have
no,
you
no, I
seen
don't.
them?
Nah, I'm
No?
about to
don't.
look them
Okay.
up right now, though.
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
find they're like blonde chicks. I mean, they're not the worst looking girls I've ever
Where
seen.
did you see them? You
I
said on
think I
TLC?
know who you're
They're,
talking
they're,
yeah.
they're
I've
better
seen them
than
before.
the
Yes.
1,000-pound sisters for sure.
No, I've definitely seen them before. They straight up have
Yeah,
They
right there,
they're-
top
Oh,
middle,
yeah,
top
yeah, yeah.
middle.
2
Those
heads and
pictures
2
there.
hearts.
It could be. It could be way worse. It could be way worse.
It definitely could be way worse. That would be. First of all, let me.
that would
let me
Rocco's,
be
preface this by
Rocco's
saying
banged
I
one
would
chick
not.
that is uglier than those 2 chicks combined. So, so it could always be worse. You could be Rocco.
I mean, yeah, okay, yeah, you're not wrong on that one.
Ooh, kind of hot names. I'll go with it.
First of all, let me just say that in no scenario would I just be like, yeah, I'm down with this. I'm doing this.
What if like you're at the bar
but-
though, and they're just like it's going down. Like when we saw that dude and that chick in that bar when we were in New York, and we are like, yo, that dude's about to smash tonight. If they were on it like that with you, and they're just feeling it, and they're like, yo, they're both whispering because they're right there. Both their heads are right there. They're both whispering to you.
That's the thing. They both
No.
the way that they are conjoined, they both wouldn't be able to be in a separate ear.
They talked it over and they know.
They know.
They're like, should we? Yeah, we
That
should.
is so wild. They're
Bro,
teachers
that would
now.
be too wild. That would be
They're
that would be
fifth
too
grade
wild.
teachers.
For me.
Imagine
Do they get
having them as
separated?
your
Do they
fifth
get
grade teacher.
separated?
No, they can't.
No, they can't. That's
They can't be.
That's too.
Do you have to address them separately?
I don't know.
I would
Is it
assume,
like,
right?
Miss Abby, Miss
and
Brittany.
Miss Abby, Miss Brittany, Miss
man.
Miss Brabby.
Miss Bradley.
Miss Brabby. Oh man, you guys are crazy right now.
I mean, they're
No,
not-
no,
like
no,
I
no.
was saying,
But
do you see what I'm saying?
I mean,
though?
in
Like,
this
like,
scenario, depends
Mrs.
on.
that's where I
Mrs.
defaulted.
Mrs. Hansel.
Mrs. Merzes.
Y'all.
Yeah.
No,
Just
shit
y'all.
could definitely be worse.
What's up, y'all?
but I don't know. That would,
Definitely be worse.
it
It
would
could
still
definitely
be
be yours. I don't.
weird.
Yeah, I can't.
The
I can't
thing
do
is,
that.
like, you can't pipe and like you can't do 2 things at the same time. Like you're just piping and making out with 2 girls at the same time.
Right. So like, if it's missionary, dude, like your head's in the middle and you're making out with both of them. I can't do this anymore.
Oh man, I don't know why. Out of all of the things, of all the things we've ever discussed, and all the shit that has been said,
It's the worst.
this is the thing that I feel like, yo, we are going to hell for having this conversation.
Yeah.
I think we needed to start this episode like this. Though we needed this. This is therapeutic.
Oh,
this is good.
Yo,
I
okay.
gotta stop looking at this photo.
Yeah, you need to get that out. I can't keep looking.
Just back up to the start page.
Oh man. All right, I'm gonna up that up a notch and say, well, if they're conjoined at the head and they're both laying down, you just jump from one to the other. All right, I'm done.
Yeah.
Johnny's like, yeah.
No, you're right though.
That is, yeah. That's facts.
Oh, it would be so
Big
weird
facts.
if the one says you're mine and no, you can't fuck my sister.
Oh, I'm sure that's happened.
Like, how do you?
I'm sure it does.
I feel like I could be confusing them with a different set, but I feel like there was like said that they would like fall asleep, like kind of just like turn off when their sister would like go on dates or whatnot, and they were just like just.
What if it was your brother?
That's crazy.
What if like you and Danny? Let's say you and Danny were conjoined.
Oh no.
And then you got to smash a chick. Like Danny wants to smash his chick, but like you're not feeling it, or vice versa.
If
Put
we were-
yourself in that position.
I would have to say that, I'm sure Danny is gonna chime in on this once he hears it. But
He's like, we
I would have
bang
to say,
chicks all
if
the
we were-
time, so it's not a big deal.
No, it's not. The point I'm gonna make is that knowing me and Danny and how we are right now, if we were conjoined and that was the case, we would probably already have discussed this, and we would just be like, yo, bro, so you go first and then I go second. If she's down, then fuck
Wait,
it.
if you guys have the same dick though,
What?
Yeah.
like if
Yeah,
you
that
and
would-
Danny are
I mean,
conjoined, you
then-
share a dick. Like, is this like you just pick like this will be your turn, and then
Yeah. So who goes first?
All right, I just sent a photo to the group chat. You're allowed to look at your phone. This is dudes that are two guys that are conjoined, and they like face each other.
I haven't.
I don't know that they.
no, there's definitely one dick in there for sure.
I don't
see.
even. If I hope they even have one, but they're.
Oh, yeah, that's weird. First of all, just be happy that you got
awkward.
somebody to fuck you.
And they're
at
both
that
like
point.
out of shape with titties. Like,
Yeah,
they
that's
couldn't
the
even,
bad part. Work
Like
out,
they couldn't
dude.
even. Not.
Get
I
a-
mean, I
get a
don't know
12-pack
physically
out of that thing.
that they can work out, but like even to have like if like one guy gets 3 and the other guy gets 3, and that'd be like a legit 6-pack at least, and it'd be.
If they go for a job, do you think that they just do the tango position where they just like hold each other? And,
They do it like stepbrothers.
For sure.
oh man, yeah. Let's not go to hell.
Yeah.
Too
we're-
late.
we're-
Too
yeah,
late.
we're
We're
already
already
there.
there. We're already there.
5 minutes ago.
All right. Yeah. All right. Cool. That was a great
That was
question.
a really good question.
honestly.
Thanks, Barstool.
Oh, that was awesome. Yeah, that was great. That was totally awesome.
Really. Our sponsors are really gonna hate that one.
They are.
Oh, this is-
KY is gonna drop us. Damn it.
Fuck. Then we'd sue them for not supporting conjoined twin rights.
Yeah, that's right.
There you go.
That's right.
Yeah. So fuck you, KY.
For
Should pay
being
us.
conjoindist.
Right. Yeah. That what's the term? What's the term for that? Conjoindus? You said
No, you said that.
conjoindus.
Yeah,
I guess.
I'm gonna
I
roll
don't
with it. I like that.
All right. So
Yo,
let's go with another question.
So, all right.
Before we go to a question, go
right
ahead.
before you go to that, I just sent one more image to the group chat. Is this like an orgy then?
Oh my god.
So it's
Jesus.
it's really 2,
Whoa.
but it's really 3.
That's a whole new question.
What are you talking about?
That's a whole new question.
This would be an orgy, yes,
I'm
That's
still
an orgy,
because it's
right?
a whole other person.
Yeah.
So 4 people is an orgy? I thought it was 5. Is there a distinct number of people that
This would be a
sex.
foursome, right?
group
It was a foursome.
This wouldn't be a foursome.
Yeah. I think So we wouldn't say
Foursome on a par-
fivesome.
on a par
We wouldn't
four?
say fivesome.
Yeah,
so
there's
Shoot the
a
back 9.
5 or more.
No, it's a
5 or more
threesome
is
or
an
a
orgy.
foursome. I've heard foursome,
I've heard 4.
but 5 or more would be an orgy.
You got Ron Jeremy over
Okay.
here. He knows.
I know,
I
right?
mean, I've been there.
Those chicks were pretty hot.
you don't know
Congrats.
me.
Congrats.
You don't know me. All right. So let's
See, they work on it.
Yeah. I had another sex question, but I figured let's steer away from the sex question for a little bit. We're already going to hell, so we
Yeah.
might as well just leave
Let's tone
that
it
there. Leave that there. All right. So, would you rather be a world-class dancer, world-class singer, or world-class fighter? I'll go first. I'd rather be a world-class singer. I don't give a fuck about dancing's cool, but
Yeah.
dancing's cool, but only if you're a singer. If you're just a dancer, I always think like classical, because like hip hop dancers and shit, like that shit all looks dope. It would be dope, but I think I would like to sing more rather than
Because like without singing, you'll always just be like the best backup dancer. Like
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Really,
There's
maybe
really
you'll have a
no-
successful dance teaching career, but like it won't. I feel like it never goes beyond.
You'd be like a
backup
judge
dancer.
on Dancing with the Stars or some shit, right?
Okay,
some shit like that.
I can see that.
I
I
think
guess if that's what you
singing-
aspire to be a judge.
and on a level of getting like ass and shit, like
Right.
if it gets you laid, I think a singer,
Oh,
if
and-
it came down to a singer and a dancer, the singer will.
I mean,
More than
dancing is
likely.
up there though.
No, it's up there. It's
Dancing
up
is
there.
up there for sure.
But like
Yeah.
if it's classical dancing, that shit like.
Oh yeah.
I was just saying.
No, thank you.
Right, exactly. Well, Juani, our Insensitive Culture's gay correspondent.
Yes.
He says he's always posting up some random shit. We're always talking about random shit too. He posted up this thing of like a dancer that he's really into, and I was just like, and I told him I responded to it. I'm like, bro, you can't be a dancer and not look gay, because it was this completely classical dancer, and he just responded. He was just like, "You leave my baby alone," because we always joke like that. But it's also true. Like you cannot be a classical dancer and then be like, he looks like he's gay.
I mean, is there really though like any dancing? Like I feel like any dancing,
Hip-hop-
even
unless
good
it's
dancing,
hip-hop
I mean,
dance.
I feel like dancing. There's always like there's a bit of like effeminate in a way. Like even if you're a good dancer, like I get it. But like dancing to like let yourself go and to let your body move, how like you have to be free. And
I don't think so, because like
I feel like there's a gay. No, I don't want to say gay. The gayness
Yeah,
seems
yeah,
weird
yeah,
to say,
yeah.
but like, there's like at any time you see like if you see a guy that's a really good dancer, and I mean like for the most part, you're like, oh, is he gay? Like it's definitely a question. Like this,
Yeah.
like I feel like there's something.
I guess it
weird.
depends on the type of dancing.
For sure. No, it
it does.
definitely
It's,
does.
and I'm speaking mainly of like classical,
You know, I'm
dancing, like
Latin,
that
so-
kind of thing.
Sure.
That's
Right.
Us Latino men sometimes we be out there. We be on the dance floor doing all
No,
kinds
but
of
see,
shit.
but see, there's the
But there's some that go a little extra.
well, no, and that's what I'm saying. The second that it looks like even with like salsa, merengue, bachata, when you get to a certain point, you could be dancing with the most beautiful woman like on earth, and once it crosses that level from just like your average dancing to a more professional way
That's
of
the
dancing,
thing, yeah.
that's where it gets to like, oh yeah, he's dancing with her, but he's not with her.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
You know
Like
what I
you
mean?
could
Like,
always tell when they're like street dancing versus like formal training style.
formal, and this is where I'm saying like formal
Yeah.
training style is the one that's always like, oh, I don't know.
It's a little sus. It's a little
but
sus.
yeah, but street dancing it always looks dope as fuck. Like
Yeah.
when you see somebody pulling out some dope ass street moves and shit, you'd
Word,
be like,
word.
fuck, I wish I could do some shit like that. That would
Yeah.
be dope. Like Chris Brown-esque like type dancer. Like he always kills that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but I would still choose singing.
I would choose singing too. Just the longevity, like your body fighting and dancing. Like once you get
fighting,
old,
I don't want to be a fucking
you're
fighter.
you're not doing that shit for a while. Like cauliflower ears and shit.
Yeah, you're
singing has longevity, and I've always wanted to be able to sing. Like, that was one thing I wish, because I like in my family, all the women, my cousins, my sister, they can all sing beautifully.
Yeah.
dude.
That's the worst.
And I got nothing. Like I was good, and like when I was in school, like I was in chorus until I hit puberty, and then once my voice dropped, it was gone. After that, they're like, yeah, we don't need you anymore. You're all set.
right.
Yeah. My dad could sing really good.
Nice.
Or at least he used to be able to, and I lost. And I gained none of that. I have all the musical desire, and
none of the ability?
none of the actual ability or talent. I mean, I could keep rhythm. That's about as far as. So that's why I musically I went into like percussion and shit, but I could never really get on guitar, piano, like the understanding of musical theory and just keys and sound and how things flow. Yeah, it's like I got an idea, but it doesn't spring from the heart. And on the singing end, like Dave said, I always wish I could like belt. I'm the illest in the vehicle, in the shower.
Yeah. In the
I'll be
shower?
working.
Oh
it.
yeah, I'd be
kill
killing
it.
that
I
shit.
kill it.
Yeah. And then sometimes I've turned the music down on myself, and then I'm like,
Nah.
oh no, put it back
Oh,
up,
no.
put it back
Oh, no,
up. I
yeah.
sound like shit.
Johnny, do you think that because you said you've always been like able to keep you're able
Keep the beat.
to keep the rhythm and keep the
Yeah.
beat and stuff like that. Do you think that the reason why you are not as talented, quote unquote, as you'd like to be is because you're too analytical?
Oh, absolutely.
You don't let the music flow through you.
You don't
you
let it
analyze.
Yeah,
you analyze the
way
music
too much.
Oh, absolutely. That's why
And
I'm
not-
able to keep the rhythm is because I'm focused
He's
on
analyzing the beat.
I'm focused on making sure the beat's on time, and so but when it comes to the jazzier side of creativity, that's
All of that is just letting it go
I'm
without
too focused on trying to make sure it sounds great instead of letting it go. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I know it's outside of the question, but I've always wanted to be able to draw. I would pick being an artist, like having any artistic ability at all over any of those. Like just to sit down and draw something that I can picture in my mind and like put it on paper. Like that would be amazing. And I have no idea what that's like because I'm a terrible artist.
I am again, Danny's probably going to analyze this, but I am like Johnny in a way when it came to that. When I was younger, I liked to draw, and when I actually focus on something, I could piece something together and it looks good. The problem is like I'm too analytical when it comes to that. If a line doesn't look perfect on the first way, I get frustrated, I erase it and I keep moving. If I'm looking at something, I can definitely like draw it and it would look decent to where to the point where I know if I actually focused on it and devoted as much time as Danny, I would probably be decent at drawing. But I don't have any kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Patience. I don't have the patience.
Damn, I feel you.
I really don't. Just to sit there and to do something over and over again, start off very shitty, and just to see the improvement. Like I don't have that patience.
You could give me all the patience and everything, and I got nothing. You could give me all the time, and like you'll get garbage, dude. Because I can't fucking draw, and I want to
if
so
you
bad.
really,
might
if
still
you
be
really
worth bread.
wanted to, you would definitely get better.
Yeah, I guess I could take like art class. I've never taken like art classes or anything to get better, but like I feel like it's like you either can do it or you can't. Because like I remember having friends in like second grade that were amazing artists, like whatever stupid shit we were drawing in second grade, but like it was legit and like they didn't have any training. Like that just it flowed from them, and I always wanted it to flow from me like that naturally. I have no natural ability because you can take natural ability and build on it and become very good. But if you don't have that foundation, there's nothing to fucking build on, dude.
Not
And
necessarily.
I don't
You can-
have that foundation.
I am a believer that even if you have nothing, like nothing at all, and you did that shit every fucking day, every day to some point. At some point, you will get to a point where you are decent at it now. Okay, like all right, this is. I mean, it's a little bit better, but it's and then but if you just keep at it, you will fucking get to a point where you're drawing some shit.
Well, I mean, with training, yes. If you
Yeah,
work at
exactly.
it, you can't just be like, I'm just gonna go every day and I'm gonna try to make this insensitive culture TMNT logo, and every day come out with some bullshit. You could be 3-4 years later, you still coming out with some bullshit if you don't
Nothing.
If you don't ever jump on the YouTube or something and fucking start looking up.
Yeah, get some pointers.
I would get those books in school, like elementary school, where like it would be like step by step, like draw this shape, and then in the next part it'd be like add this to it, and then by the end you're supposed to have this fucking fire ass animal or something. Dude. And my shit was fucking hieroglyphics, bro. It was garbage.
Oh shit.
Word,
Nice.
yeah. I had them books too, and I would do the same shit, and then after a while it'd be like, but if I just put the paper on top of it,
Right.
I
Oh
can
yeah.
just
Oh yeah.
lightly trace it.
And even
then
that, I knew.
and then I'll fix it, you know. I'll fix that light tracing and I'll make it better.
It'll get there. It'll get there.
It was tough.
All right, last question was a question that it was a conversation that Dave and I had on Instagram, and I wanted to bring it here. So, who would win in a fight? Carl Winslow or Uncle Phil?
Oh.
Yeah. My argument. All right, so my argument is 1,000% Uncle Phil would beat the shit out of Carl. And Dave kept putting up I don't think he disagrees. However, he kept putting up this.
I see. I didn't disagree. My thing was you were calling Carl Winslow a soft bitch, basically, and I don't think that's the case. My man had, and I went over this, police training. He's a trained police officer in a very dangerous city during a very dangerous time. The man can handle himself. He's no soft bitch. Uncle Phil, however, is like a mountainous man with a very scary voice, and he's just a big dude. And size-wise, the size that Uncle Phil has over Carl Winslow,
that's
is
the big thing.
not something to gloss over. But I don't think you were giving Carl Winslow enough credit. But I do think that I do think that Uncle Phil would smash him because he's a big dude, and you brought up he was fighting with the Black Panthers and shit.
That's my whole shit, right? So Uncle Phil, not only is he huge, like he's big, and you made a good point. Whatever. Carl Winslow is a police officer in Chicago.
Ain't no
so
bitch.
I get it.
Ain't
I
no
get it.
bitch.
All right. So whatever.
You hear that? Do you hear that bullshit?
Yeah,
His
because
motherfucking voice.
there's no confidence.
I
in
get
there.
it. Whatever.
Yeah. There's no confidence in there. So if you look at
I
that,
hope Reginald Vell Johnson walks into this motherfucking studio right now, thumps your ass, and I wouldn't do shit, son. I would just watch. I'd be like, oh shit, Carl Winslow whooping that ass? Okay.
First of all, Carl Winslow.
Good. Like,
Carl-
there he is.
I'm no one to talk, but come on, like Carl Winslow okay, he's a police officer. Tell me the last time he actually did any kind of active anything as a police officer. He was the man driving around eating donuts.
We were with the Winslows for a half hour a week. We don't know what the fuck he
I'm
was
just talking
doing.
about
He chased
body
some
frame.
criminals. There was at least two
Hell yeah.
episodes he chased the criminal.
Hell
He got
yeah.
tired, but he chased them.
But he chased him.
My whole argument really though is that Uncle Phil, not only is he huge, like he's a
big
tall
dude.
man, he's a scary ass dude too. He has a fucking
That's
anger
Shredder,
problem.
boy. That's Shredder.
He has an anger problem. Obviously, he lifts up Jazz.
He does toss Jazz
He
out of the house
tosses his ass
very
out
frequently.
every damn episode, right?
Yeah.
Like literally lifts him up and toss him the fuck out.
Carl
even
would have
going
done
back,
that.
but
Carl
even
would have done
no, he
that
would
with
not.
Steve.
No,
With
hell
Steve,
no.
he
Get
would
the
have
fuck
tossed
out
Never
of
tried
No,
to
he
do
would
that
not.
to Steve.
No, he would not have.
He's a
And,
cop. He knows
But he used to roll with the Black Panthers. So you know that even mentally, like he ain't no little bitch. He went that law route and became a judge.
He probably says
off
fuck
of
the
all
police
that shit.
too.
Right, exactly.
He would definitely whoop Carl
That's
Winslow.
yeah, exactly.
And I'm not
Yo,
saying
there's
he
no
wouldn't.
way.
I'm
There's
not
no
saying
way.
I'm not saying
There's
he
no
wouldn't.
way.
You were disrespecting Carl Winslow, and I wasn't standing for it.
I think you
I
got a
wasn't
point.
standing for it.
Like it could, like especially size wise, I think is almost a no brainer there. But it could also that could work against him, right? Like Uncle Phil could take a swing and miss, and the agility of Officer Winslow
Please.
could allow him to, take
advantage.
quick step
Take
back,
advantage,
and then boom right in the kidney, another one in the face. That could, or just straight
kick to the knee.
tackle. He could tackle him. That's what cops really like to do, is tackle you straight to the ground and put you in a submissive move.
Choke him.
I'm gonna put it this way, Carl.
It could happen.
Maybe a young Carl, maybe a younger Carl. It would be more of a
Season
fight.
1 Carl.
Yeah.
But no, not even season
Young
1 Carl.
young Carl
Not
looked like
even season 1.
like John David
like-
Washington.
Right.
That's what
I'm
he
talking
looked
about like young, fresh out of training. Maybe he might have a chance against young Uncle Phil.
Oh, hell no.
But-
Then he's small and skinny. He's not even a big dude at that point.
He's gonna have that weight to back him
but
up.
all of that stuff
yeah,
that
he
you're
needs
talking
some weight
about.
to back him up.
No,
he
no,
ain't
no.
gonna do it
But
with
I
skinny
mean, Uncle
Carl.
Phil might be a little bit skinnier too. But I'm just saying, like,
Oh,
both
that's
of them in
true,
their
yeah.
prime,
Yeah.
both of them in their prime, maybe it might be a more of a fight. But
Nah,
from the
Uncle
moment
Phil
that
got
we
them ham fists.
Uncle Phil, he will beat the fuck out of Carl Winslow, bro. He will beat the fuck out of
He
Carl
catch him
Winslow.
one time, boy. Then he's off his
That's all
ass.
he needs. That's all
That's
he needs.
it. That's it. I just every time I think about it, and I brought it up to you too. Every time I think about it,
He got
I just
mad heated about this.
I
This
just
got
remember-
heated, son. This got heated on Instagram.
I used to love fucking Fresh Prince. But every time I think about it, all I think of him telling Will, like, you have a Malcolm X poster on your wall. I listen to that brother speak. Like that voice is just like, bro, he about to fuck me up right now.
Right.
Like, so don't you ever say that. Like, oh man.
Right.
Man, that shit is scary every single fucking time.
Yeah, no, Uncle Phil's scary, bro. I'm not saying that he's not.
You're just saying that.
Whoop my ass for sure.
Nah, man. I mean, I'm gonna go on record and say, yeah, Carl
Yeah.
Winslow's a bitch.
Ooh.
Carl Winslow is a bitch.
Nah. I'm gonna tag him. I'm gonna tag Randall
Yeah,
Johnson.
go ahead.
He's not gonna stand for that shit. He's been voicing on Invincible, so you know he's getting work. It's Uncle Phil been
Saved the
doing.
day in Die Hard, man.
Put it this way: we both
Thank you, Johnny.
we both have we both watched many episodes of both Fresh Prince and Family Matters. So let me bring up a conversation between the two that would possibly even just show a little glimpse. Anytime, do you remember when Will and Carl got arrested?
I remember the pool shark
Carlton.
episode is what I.
Well,
think of, the pool shark episode.
Carlton. When Carlton and Will got arrested, and they were illegally arrested, and he showed up to the.
Oh,
fucking,
yeah.
He didn't know, and he showed up. How scared those cops were.
Yeah.
Versus the conversation that Carl had when his son was.
Those were bitch ass fucking Bel Air cops though, or wherever the fuck they were. Those
No,
weren't
no, it was in a
hardened
different
Chicago
I think it was
PD
LA, wasn't
officers,
it?
bro.
It wasn't
I think
LAPD?
so. Yeah, because they had drove off. They took his
Yeah, they
Mercedes
went
and
somewhere
drove to another. They were in a whole other fucking county or some shit. And then there was that episode of Family Matters where the cops arrested or tried to arrest Eddie Winslow.
Eddie, yeah.
And then he met
They were
them.
profiling him, right?
They were profiling him, and he had that conversation
Same
with
story,
them at
different
the yeah, exactly, at the donut shop. Yo, man, if you can recall both of those conversations,
I can't recall the
I don't
Carl
recall the
Winslow
Carl
one,
one,
honestly.
yeah. Go, watch it when you get
Yeah?
a chance.
Okay.
You'll be like, yeah, Uncle Phil beat the fuck out of them.
I gotta know what Carl said now. Now I'm fucking.
He just gave
Carl
him
came
this,
in and he
this-
was just
this
gave him a good
heartfelt
talking
speech.
to. He gave
Yeah.
him good talking to.
Oh, so he used his mind instead of his fists, and he's a bad guy. Okay.
No.
Let's see how this
So
is.
did Uncle Phil though.
I don't know.
Uncle
I don't
Phil
know about
didn't
that.
use his
Waste-
fist.
He didn't use his
his
fist.
voice.
He threatened with
And
violence,
the
though.
weight. No, he used the weight of his profession. He
To get him the
basically
fuck
was
out of
like,
there, right?
Yo,
That sounds illegal.
if you know who the fuck I am,
He's like, I'm a judge.
Oh man.
He broke
like
the law.
no,
We
he was. He
spent
didn't say
entirely
like
too much
I'm
time
a
on
judge. He said it like I'm a lawyer and I know what the fuck y'all did, and basically I'll sue the shit out of this organization. And you
I'll
guys
tie
will
this
lose
place
your
up with
job.
so much litigation
Yeah.
it'll make your fucking head spin.
Basically,
Okay,
some
okay,
shit
okay,
like
go
that.
So so we agreed that it's a tie between Uncle Phil and Carl Winslow. That's fair.
All.
Let's move on. Is there a fourth question? Do we have?
Nope, no more questions. Not at all.
And Carl Winslow's a bitch. Let's move on.
Yep. Carl Winslow. Yep, he is a bitch. 1,000%.
I almost fucked you up there.
You almost said, yeah, you almost said no. 1,000%. He's a bitch. All right, so I don't have any unpopular opinions for this
I
week.
fuck
Do you
with
guys
Carl,
have one?
though.
I actually do have
fuck
one.
with Carl, too.
I do have one. I
right,
feel like.
hold on.
Oh, we're gonna hit it. Yeah,
we
that's
gotta-
right. Unpopular opinions. I could have done that. I could have done that.
No, we're not doing that.
That's a drop. I love it.
All right, so you have an unpopular opinion. Go for it.
Tom Cruise needs an Academy Award. 100%.
How is that an unpopular opinion?
That's an unpopular opinion. An Academy Award?
whoa. So we have
what?
two different
Okay.
for acting. For anything.
In
Anything
what?
that guy does. Anything that guy does.
he
He
I'm not
commits
a,
to
So what's the category?
100%.
I am not
Comedy?
a Tom Cruise hater, man.
No, I mean, sure. You want to give him a little,
Well, there's no
you know,
comedy
supporting
in
actor
Academy.
in Tropic Thunder or something.
Tropic Thunder, that was a great.
But
fucking role.
Jerry Maguire, bullshit ass Jerry Maguire. The performance
maybe
that
could've
he
been a
gives,
good movie.
he gives 100%.
He does.
to
He does.
any role that he's
Was
in.
that even nominated?
I don't know.
Jerry Maguire,
It
yeah.
should have been for at least a
Didn't
couple.
Cuba Gooding Jr. win for that?
Ooh, that sounds right. Look that up, Jamie. I think that
Let's
he
see.
gets a lot of
Best
shit
supporting
for
actor, best actor. So
the jumping on the Oprah's couch. He's a nut job. Ooh, Tom Cruise. But the dude acts his fucking balls off.
He is, yeah. I gotta give him
100%
that.
of the time. In anything. Mission Impossible, a bullshit franchise like Mission Impossible, and you would think that's the last movie he's ever gonna fucking make when he makes those movies, dude. Like, he gives everything. And I don't know if you ever noticed this. Have you guys
he
noticed
was nominated for Jerry Maguire. Yeah,
Good.
He was, yeah.
Magnolia and Born on the 4th of July.
His teeth. Have you ever seen that thing about his teeth?
Yeah,
online?
so he had him replaced.
No. His center line, so the middle of his front teeth, in most people, it lines up directly with the middle of their nose. On Tom Cruise, dude, it's tilted to one side about a tooth or two. So if you see him smiling at you straight on,
Jeez, now I gotta look this
his
up.
middle tooth line is
is
like
weird.
to one side, like at least a tooth's length. It is something you will never unsee, but you wouldn't have seen it in the first place unless you were looking for it. It's the weirdest fucking thing. But
And so
that
for
aside,
that, he deserves a fucking Academy Award.
no, that's just completely random. That was something
Oh,
that
shit,
bugs me.
You're
now.
right.
He's
That is weird.
that was just to distract you from the fact that I think he deserves a
No, but
an
do you
Academy Award.
remember his teeth before when he was younger?
Oh no, like pre-famous Tom Cruise.
No,
Were
not
they
even
bad?
pre-famous in fucking Outsiders.
Oh, I never watched Outsiders. That always looks shitty. Is that
You're
unpopular? Is
saying
that,
his
is that an
face
unpopular
teeth
opinion?
Are off center.
Apparently, yeah. That's what Wak is saying.
Yeah, bro. In the Outsiders, look at his teeth.
Oh, those weren't like fake teeth. That looks bad.
No,
dude.
those are his teeth.
How could you go to a movie audition with those
Look,
teeth?
this is a whole different thing.
No
Look at-
way.
Look at that shit.
All that money and they're still off center. That weirds me out.
I mean, you can't help where your fucking teeth are.
I mean, if you got money, you can.
I guess
You pull all them shits out, put in fake teeth, dog.
that's weird as fuck. I'll give you that. But
That's weird as fuck.
but no, I'm not. I am not against. I think that that he's so every. I guess you are correct. I see both sides on this, right? So he hasn't done a role other than the ones he was nominated for, where they were actually like outside of
Yeah.
what we
basic,
presume
like
his character to be,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where he actually got
Reacher.
into
Exactly.
a
Right.
character role deserving of an Oscar.
But when he does, he kills it. Like, I don't know why he doesn't,
No,
what
no,
his
no, I
choices
agree.
are,
I
but
agree.
like,
Because he wants to be a fucking action star. And action stars, they don't have to really
Right.
act much. They
Yeah.
just have to be believable and do some shit. And that's what he takes pride in, is doing his own stunts, like
And he's
all
a,
that type
and he's
of
a
shit.
short. He's a short king like myself. So I gotta root for him.
That, and that's why he does his own stunts, because he's so fucking short. He has a Napoleon complex.
Nah, they could get a short dude in there. But he's like,
he has
nah,
a
I got
Napoleon.
this. Let me run around the Burj Khalifa. I got this. All good.
All shots have to be very close up, and I can't be around any fucking
You
tall
gotta
people
be on a pedestal.
whatsoever.
Well, him and what's his face? That chick that he was married. I can't remember her name. Nicole Kidman. When he
Nicole
was married,
Kidman,
she
yeah.
was like so much taller than him, dude. And
Oh, word. She's
that was,
tall
that
as
was
fuck.
rough. Dude.
Yeah, she's
just mad tall.
And she'd be
She's
wearing
taller than
heels
all
and
of
shit
us.
too. Oh yeah, for sure.
But no,
Especially in heels.
I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
when he does those roles,
When he gets a juicy role that like he can, that is outside of your, Ethan Hunts and shit. Like
Yeah.
he
No,
can
I fuck with him.
He can fucking murder.
I fuck with
dude.
Tom Cruise on
100%.
even
He
even the
throws
Tropic
himself
Thunder
into
was
the
great.
role. I don't know that.
He doesn't get those juicy Daniel Day-Lewis roles though, or he doesn't accept
No.
them. One of the two.
He doesn't look for them.
I don't
He
think
wants to
anyone
be,
takes him serious enough for it.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think they should. If I were making a movie, like a serious movie,
I'm surprised
and my
he didn't
lead
get
was-
nominated for Dracula.
He was in Dracula.
Wasn't
What
he in
Dracula?
Bram Stoker's Dracula?
He wasn't in Bram Stoker's Dracula.
No,
was
that
he?
was the one
No,
with
you're
Brad
talking
Pitt,
about
wasn't it? With
Oh no, I'm
Kirsten
sorry. He
Dunst?
was in
Yeah.
Night with a Vampire or something like that.
Interview with a
Interview with the
Vampire,
Vampire.
yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
the one he was. Yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
with Brad Pitt, but he was overshadowed by Brad Pitt
for sure.
Yeah.
Who isn't?
and Kirsten Dunst because she was a little girl and she gave a fucking wild ass performance
Yeah.
for being such a little girl.
Hell yeah.
So,
Kirsten Dunst.
but I don't know. I fuck with Tom Cruise. I like his movies, and every single fucking time I wanted to hate.
You can't. You
like,
can't do it.
Like I can't stand like
I want to
Tom
hate
Cruise.
on every Mission Impossible movie that comes out,
And
but
they're
they're
all
all
fucking
dope,
fire.
dude.
They
They're
are.
I
all
don't know how
dope.
this Top Gun movie is going to be. I'm
That one,
Ooh,
okay,
yeah,
for
that
it.
could
I'm
be.
nervous
that could
for
be.
it. Like I don't think
That's
you need
fair.
to go back there.
Nah.
It's going to be very nostalgic, and that's it.
So I have to admit something. I've never seen Top Gun.
What?
That's okay. I mean,
I've
I've
never
not
seen
seen a
the
lot of
original
weird
Top Gun, no.
people that movies that people see, but
And I don't want to go back and watch it now because
Nah.
I feel like I'm gonna think it's
Yeah.
trash
yeah,
because
Yeah,
it's a
probably.
completely
I mean,
different
it's
era.
not that great.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, no, you would think that it's the best movie in the fucking world. The way people
No.
hold on to the
It's
whole
just
Goose
nostalgic.
and Maverick
Goose,
thing.
yeah, it's quotable.
I
It's
guess.
very nostalgic. The only reason I seen Top Gun so many times was at some point early at that time when it had come out on, pretty sure it was VHS. My dad had figured out how to connect the television to the stereo system that we had,
That was the first surround sound movie
and
you
it
saw?
was like, it was like the first at-home surround sound movie with like the
Nice.
booming, bass. Oh, and I remember actually I had some kid at school had sold me some Bose, the little small square speakers from Bose that they they turn sideways or whatever.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had, I'm pretty sure he probably stole them from his parents and sold them to me. Probably sold them to me for mad low. And we had those shits in the house, and we watched Top Gun for the first time,
It was
and
fire.
that was it was fire. It was like, I don't know, I was probably like 12 years old or some shit, and I know it was probably out for a long time before then.
Oh yeah.
But
Nice.
it was, and so there's like a nostalgia there of just all the shit that happened, and like you said, it's quotable, and it is cool, like the sound, all
Yeah.
the rumbling,
jets
and the
and
noise,
shit,
the
yeah.
jets, that
Yeah.
shit is dope. But that's dope for like 12-year-old Johnny. Like right now, I'm like,
Right.
I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, I don't give a
And
You know how many
12 year
YouTube
old
videos I could watch of people flying fucking jets? Like that shit is not a big deal anymore.
12-year-old
things aren't
Johnny
a
would
big
have
deal
liked
anymore.
Boondock Saints too, but I don't think
Probably.
grown-up Johnny. Yeah.
Is that my
You
hot
missed
take?
that.
I thought
Missed
somebody
that
gave
boat.
that hot take already on here. Boondock
No.
Saints trash.
I don't know.
I thought somebody did, but that's I guess
your
that's
unpopular
my
opinion.
that's my unpopular opinion is that Boondock Saints is trash. I don't know why they released the information
sequel?
about
And then
a third
third
sequel.
one, yeah.
So first of all, they made a sequel, and this is what made me go back again. it's probably because I don't have that nostalgic feeling to it.
Right.
But I kept hearing so much good shit about Boondock Saints, and then now a sequel is coming out. It's like, fuck yeah, I have to watch this one, and then I have to watch the sequel. Both garbage, hot garbage. I have no interest in watching a third. It's like, yo, these people are famous now because of this.
I wouldn't say any of them are famous. I don't know any of those.
Norman
dudes.
Reedus is from
Walking
Dead.
Dead. He's not,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's more Boondock Saints these days. It's got to be mostly Walking Dead.
He was in
but-
Boondock Saints.
Yeah, he was one of the brothers.
He's one of the brothers from that.
One of the main brothers.
Yeah.
And Sean
confessed
Patrick Flannery
yesterday,
or
I've
some
never-
Irish name like that.
Yep. That's exactly it, I believe.
Wait, so Norman Reedus is Irish?
In Boondock Saints, he is.
Oh, but he's not actually Irish.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Reedus? I don't know. Is Reedus Irish?
I have no idea, but I feel like
can't even
I've
say that in
seen
an Irish accent.
him in interviews, and he did not have any.
I mean, if it is, he's like Irish descent. He's not from Ireland for sure.
Gotcha.
Like, he's American.
About to say.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think either of the Boondock, did they have an Irish accent in the movie? Like, did they even?
I don't know. I did not watch.
I don't think. I feel like they didn't. If they did, it was like a bad fake one.
His paternal grandmother was Italian descent, while his grandfather had British
Yeah, no, he's not
and
Irish.
Irish ancestry. So, but I found out I have 2% Irish and
Right.
Scottish ancestry in me too. So
You're about as Irish
we're all
as Shaquille
we're all-
O'Neal.
exactly. Any percentage means I'm that race. So
So
I'm
represent. Get
Yeah.
your JMO out.
I'm gonna go.
Let's go.
I'm gonna wear a kilt.
I'm gonna wear it.
There you go.
I'm gonna wear a kilt.
Can we get an IC kilt on insensitivemerch.com
That'd be dope. We're gonna look
for
into that.
Wax Heritage?
We're gonna look into that.
A little
gonna-
drippy.
Yeah.
Well, dripping on the kilt.
We're gonna figure out a nice little Figueroa.
He makes it
Figueroa
extra
flag.
Hispanic when he says it.
Yeah.
It's not Irish.
A Figueroa. What's those? What are those things that they have? The
crest?
The family crest.
Yeah, crest. I'm gonna get a
Family
Figueroa family crest.
There you go.
Yo,
What's it gonna be? What would the Figueroa family crest be?
I have no idea. It always
If
makes
you
me
designed
laugh.
it, what would it be?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
There'd be a lot of drugs somewhere on there.
It'd be drippy.
There'd be some drugs on there for sure, like a little
In a
hidden-
Corona bottle.
Yeah, Corona bottles and shit.
Can't forget the Corona.
Some cognac. Definitely, the cross blunts instead of swords. Just be cross
No,
blunts.
they be Delta 8. They be Delta 8 blunts.
You don't know my family, cut.
That's true. That's true.
I don't do it because I've been because of the way that it makes me fucking feel. I can't think about it. Although I'm starting to transition more and more. I just can't do it. Like if I'm coming to pod, no, I won't be able to do that.
Same.
But at night, I've been
Smart.
I've
Been
down.
dabbling? Been
I've been-
dabbling?
Yeah, I've been dabbling.
I gave you the rest of those Delta 8s. Did you crush them?
I didn't crush them all. No, no.
Honestly, I feel like I could eat that whole bottle. Just chill.
I mean, you're.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's why I gave them to you, dog. I was like, yo, use these
Word.
up. Respect
Yeah,
them.
for sure. No, I'm starting to get back up there. I'm starting to
some
do it more
respect
and
on
more often. But I definitely have to bring that up. I would love to get to a point, Johnny. Man, we're talking about a guy who does not know when I was a fucking pothead.
Right.
He was not around. He don't know. I was
know.
there. Johnny was there. He knows. We had many a high time.
I
It
put
was
one
an
THC
every day.
gummy.
Like he would just call me, like, "Yo, you sparking or am I sparking?"
Exactly.
No, see, because my cousin was like that too, and now the motherfucker's a corrections officer, so that don't mean shit.
Literally, it comes down to I can't function, and I was getting chest pain, so that's the only real reason why. For
Was
real,
that Stanford inside?
I was getting chest pain. Like I couldn't breathe.
That's
man.
crazy. That's crazy.
It would be hard for me to
That's
breathe.
medicine. I
He
don't
probably has
understand
like
how
a
that
light asthma that he's not treating.
Probably. Probably.
It's something totally unrelated.
But if I go to the hospital, if I'm not smoking, it even started with vaping. That's why I was doing vaping. That's why I was vaping for a while there.
You were the
and then
blowing
I started
clouds.
getting, that chest pain
Yeah.
after a
Sounds
little while.
like your lungs don't like it when you put fucking foreign
Anything in there,
substances.
yeah, exactly,
Edibles.
right. So I hit the pen a little bit. I do more of the edibles, but the problem with edibles is if you take too much, that shit hits you hard, and then I don't want to do a damn thing. So I can't be a just edibles person.
Yeah.
You got a microdose.
Yeah,
A microdose those
Word.
edibles, which is good because in the Delta 8s that I gave you, I put one real THC gummy in there. So
Did
if
you?
you get
Nice.
that, you're about to get lit.
I mean, does it look like the rest of them?
Oh, it looks exactly like the rest of them. You'll
nice.
never know.
Nice.
Except
Can't
it tastes like chocolate. It's a piece of chocolate. I lied.
Oh,
You'll
okay.
know.
Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely know.
I think
Nice.
you'll know.
Give it to your girl one night when she's just being wild.
She's dying. She's dying to do it. She wants to get back into smoke because
She is in luck, my
we
friend.
we both were the same, where we were big potheads when we were younger, and then stopped for whatever reason. Like I had my reasons.
Life.
I don't know what her reasons were for stopping. But when we first got together and before she got pregnant with Xander, we were getting back to smoking a little bit with each other. And I was liking that. And now she was like, yo, I kind of want to do those gummies. And, you know, I want to get into
How you
it.
dip
So
your
she
toe
wants to
back
get
in the
into
water,
it,
yeah.
but she doesn't know the effect she has on the baby. So, because the baby's still breastfeeding.
Baby's going to be listening to Dave Matthews.
Yeah, I don't know about
That's the
that
effect.
Delta 8, how that would affect.
I don't know how
Probably.
any of it would affect
not
the baby.
bueno.
So she's just like because it doesn't matter. We can get Delta 8, Delta 9, whatever. I don't think there's gonna be much of a difference either
But
way.
it's just, you just do it like fucking, there's got to be a way that you could do it the way you know, when you pump and dump, like with the drinks and shit. Right?
yeah, but she didn't even do that.
Oh, she don't even drink at all? And like
No,
test the milk?
if the baby goes to sleep, she would do that. But she told me the other day, this is funny, because we did a half, right? We did a half the first time, and she was good. And I told y'all that she ate that and was like, that didn't even hit me, like whatever. And then
Oh,
a
that's
little
right,
bit later,
yeah.
she was like, holy shit. So
Holy shit.
so the other day, not too long ago, she was like, we're in bed, and she goes, so I took another half of that gummy the other day, and she did it earlier to where her bedtime was. She was like, I was freaking out. I was like paranoid as fuck. I thought I couldn't. I thought she was like, it was a day I think that we recorded last week because it was later. That night she decided to take a half a gummy.
Oh, nice.
And she was dolo, and she was like, I kept looking at the baby like, is she breathing?
Am I breathing?
Like-
What's happening right now?
Yeah,
Is
like
everything
shit like
okay?
that. So it's yeah,
That's
so
scary. That's
Oh, yeah, that paranoia
shit was pretty
is
funny.
No bueno.
Yeah, it can
Yeah,
be.
that
can
shit
be
hit
killer.
her, and she was dolo. So
yeah,
and when
especially-
she's still
Yeah.
down.
She's
She's
like,
still
"Where's
down
that
to do it. She
motherfucker
still
Why?
wants
Why
to
he
do
not
it.
here?
Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Where is he?
She
What's
was
he doing?
She was freaking out. It was funny.
When
I
you
love-
guys,
I
when
love
you
that
say
she
you
did.
guys do a half, do you actually cut it or do you like bite it in half and give it to her?
I bite it,
Yeah,
but
I was just curious. That's
sometimes
what we
I'll
do
cut
too.
it with
That's-
a
yeah.
yeah. I just
If
bite
it
it.
depends what it is. If it's something that I feel like can be cut with a knife,
It's so small that sometimes
It
I do
doesn't
cut
matter,
it with a
yeah.
knife because I just feel like it's like me trying to, you know what I mean?
those gummies are so tiny.
It's
though.
like it's
They
like
are.
it's like a sugar cube, you know,
Yeah.
like that
Yo,
same
when
size. So I would
when
have
we
to
was
cut
in
it.
St. John and shit, the girls, I think I said how the girls took all these fucking, they took the Delta 8 gummies. They weren't, you know, they was
They weren't
just
even
Delta
regular,
8. Yeah, they was just Delta
Yeah.
8s.
Yo, them
and
things
they
hit
was
hard.
doing
You keep
that,
talking,
though.
but them shits will fuck you up. If you're not used to it.
I don't mean to talk shit about Delta 8. I just
I mean, I took one.
I know they're just not
Yeah.
strong. They're
Yeah,
not
I
strong
took-
enough for you
right.
because you
I
have a
took
high
one,
tolerance.
and all
is
that
what you're
shit did
saying.
was put me to sleep.
Same.
But
Yeah.
and I believe it was the pineapple one, which was supposed to be sativa, but it really just made me tired as fuck the day that I did it. But they I remember one of the girls, like they had taken the night before, they told her that they were giving her a half, but Joyce was like, she can't handle a half, so Joyce cut it again and only gave her a quarter and
Yeah.
gave it to her, and then she didn't even eat the whole thing that day. she spit it out because she was scared. So then the next day, she was drunk, and they were like, well, you did a half yesterday. And she was like, I did a half yesterday, yeah. And they were like, well, then do a whole one if that didn't do anything for you.
She ate an eighth,
so then she ate
one
a
day.
whole one.
Yo.
Bro, she was zooted for like a full 8 minutes. And then after that 8 minutes, it went straight to the bottom.
Yeah, every single time I think, you know what? I'm good. I think I could do a full one. About an hour later, I'm like, yo, I'm so fucking high right now. Like,
I wish I could get like that.
I know when edibles are good because I'm not sure if I'm breathing properly or not.
Oh my God.
yeah, you see,
that's how I.
Yeah,
That's how I know.
wow.
I'm like,
You
That's how
measure
I
your
roll.
shit on
I'm
a
like,
different
can I-
motherfucking level, bro.
can I catch
This
my
nigga's
breath
on
right
the
now?
death
Am I
scale.
good? And if I can catch my breath, then I know I'm good. If I can't, some shit's about to go down.
No, yeah,
man.
that's
That's
sounds,
some wild shit, bro. That doesn't even sound
fuck
fun.
out of here, bro. That's crazy.
It's no. It's not like it's not in like a panicky way. It's in like a cerebral way. Like I know how I breathe. I know my breath patterns. And like when that pattern feels weird to me or gets out of whack, I know that's how I'm getting. That's how
I think really what it comes down
Breath
to.
pattern get out of whack. Oh shit.
I think really what it comes down to is he is so high that he takes notice at the fact that he's breathing and no longer becomes a subconscious
That could be
fucking
There's
movement.
definitely that.
And-
Yeah.
And he starts to,
bro, I'm not on my couch struggling for breath. Like I'm fucking drowned. Nah, I'm chilling, but like the pattern is different.
It
I can
no longer
feel it
becomes
in
Yeah.
my solar
You're
plexus.
definitely making that shit happen
yeah, you are.
as you're thinking
Yeah.
about it.
That's fair.
Because it really comes down to because I have friends who at early on had a bad experience with weed, and because of that bad experience, now the anxiety is tied to it, so they can't ever have a good experience with it because of the anxiety experience very early on.
I get that.
Oh,
And it
Joyce.
and yeah, exactly. Something like that, right?
Yep. Joyce had a terrible experience. She always, just shied away. Never. I mean, I think the first time she consumed, it was kind of by accident, where we were like all in a cipher, and for some reason she thought we were passing around a cigarette. We were pretty drunk. It was after a wedding, and she was like open to like, yeah, when I'm drunk, occasionally she would smoke tobacco, right? And so yeah, she like like it was on the second go round that when I passed it to her, I was like, yo, I didn't know you smoke weed. She's like, what are you talking about? This is a cigarette.
What are you talking about?
This ain't no fucking cigarette. What are you talking about? It's a fucking blunt. Like this shit don't look nothing like a cigarette. No. Anyways, she was fine. I'm pretty sure she was mostly normal that night. But it was the edibles. She made some bomb ass brownies, and I think we put like, I mean, it was some like Arizona or regular type shit, nothing super fancy or anything. But I remember we put like a whole ounce in the magic bullet and really shredded the shit out of the bitch, cooked it in the oil and made the oil, but then also threw all the bud in there as well because it was so fine. You wouldn't
Why
like
not?
that. Yeah, because like that's the shit that I hate when people put the actual flour in the brownie instead of just
chewing
using the
nuts.
butter or the oil. Yeah, nobody wants to chew those leaves
Right.
and shit. But because we had put it in the magic bullet, it just fucking blended right in. The problem was she was making the shit and licking the bowl as she was making it.
Yeah.
So then she got like nice real quick. And then by the time the brownies were done, she was already feeling it, but didn't realize it. And then she started eating the brownie. And within like 20 minutes, she was dying. Like I remember we were watching I think it was Bad Grandpa we were watching. And she was fucking dying, laughing. She was like, oh my God, now I see why you guys do this. So this is her first time actually being high, right?
Validation.
Yeah.
Validation.
And then
That-
again.
That was a cool period, but she doesn't know that the highest is continuing
Still
to
going.
rise.
Yeah.
Still going.
And then it just kept going up and up and up.
Yo,
And
edibles
she
is the worst.
They're the worst, bro.
It's the worst.
And she only had a half a brownie, but it was that's why I was like, I don't understand. She only had a half a brownie. Like, how the fuck? Like, I didn't even get high at all. I ended up having to eat the second half, and then that's when everything really hit. And it was good for me, but it was still just good. For me, it was like good. For her, bro, off that half, that's when I, later on, I think it was like the next day. Exactly. I think the next day we figured out that's what it was, but it was, yeah, she, like she got stuck at a point where she was like, I can't move, I can't stand up, all the shit that happens when you, quote unquote, overdose on the bud. And that's what she calls it, right? Like, no, I overdosed, I can't do that shit no more. Yeah. And so she's always scared to fucking do that shit now.
That's adorable.
She doesn't want to smoke.
Overdosing. You overdose on weed.
Yeah, right?
Just because I know Joyce and how sweet she is. That's so funny.
I can hear her saying it.
Yeah. No, definitely. Says that shit all the time. No, I overdosed once.
Man. I overdosed from licking the bowl. That reminds me of the urban legend of like the LSD dealer that has like all the LSD in his sock and he's running from the cops and then like his body absorbs it through the sweat in his foot and he's tripping balls and he goes in like a mental asylum. Like I feel like we all had a person in our high school that like that happened to, or maybe that was just my high school. It was weird, but there was a dude that supposedly that happened to, and I always thought that was the biggest crock of shit.
Yeah,
ever.
in the hood, it's not.
But nobody was eating acid in the hood.
Yeah,
no, yeah, you were either smoking weed, which is not a drug,
and
or you're a crackhead,
right?
Didn't matter what you were doing. You were a crackhead if you did anything else
other than weed. Yeah,
pretty much.
Maybe some shrooms. But yeah, no, you doing crackhead shit. All right, guys, let's crackhead shit.
I mean, now these kids are fucking popping pills and doing all.
Oh, now, it's a whole different definition of shit. Now we can't even. I don't even want to get into all that. But let's get into some actual news clips.
You know what it's time for. News clips.
All right, so one of the biggest pieces of news this past week is the fact that Facebook changed their company name to Meta. Now, the Facebook app will remain the same. It's still going to be named Facebook.
And that's where I got
all
fucked up. I thought Facebook, like the app was going to be called Meta, and Johnny was like, nah.
Yeah,
Calm
IG
down.
will still
That's
be
not how
IG.
it's going. Yeah.
Facebook will still be Facebook, all of that.
Which makes
However,
sense.
they're a lot of people are speculating that this whole name change came from, the company getting all this
Bad
backlash
press
from the whistleblower and all this bullshit. But Mark Zuckerberg came out and said that, he wants to pretty much be the head of the metaverse. And for those listeners who aren't completely familiar with what the metaverse is, Johnny, I think you have a pretty good grasp on what that is. Could you enlighten them?
For me, how I've understood the metaverse to be is this blending of AR and VR and social media and just constant communication and just kind of like, it's like what we old folkies, we experience the internet on a screen. The metaverse is about like being in the internet, right? It's like the internet is a part of everything that you do, right? There's I remember, and I may have brought it up on the show before, or maybe it was just us talking, but someone was talking about how like some people are, especially in the younger crowd, they're experiencing the metaverse now, right? They can be playing a video game, and while they're playing that video game, they're watching someone else play the same video game on Twitch, and they're talking to their friends on their Discord server, and they're listening to Spotify. And so they're like doing all these different things at the same time that are all streaming to them over the webs, right? And so I think what Zuckerberg is trying to do with Meta, and with the acquisition of Oculus and their VR lifestyle, He also mentioned that they're coming out with AR glasses, that they're trying to do that as well, right? And so they're just trying to create this place where you're inundated in streams of content all around you all the time, right? Whether that's audio or video or something that you're interacting with, or you're just going to work, right? You're in this constant internet universe. I think that's really what Zuck is trying to be a part of it and make this AR VR world kind of. He's trying to be like, I'm the originator, and that's why he's jumped on that name. But I mean, this is a thing that's been kind of going on for a while.
Right.
I think a lot of people have been underground creating this shit because there's been rumors of Apple creating glasses and shit like that for the same exact thing. Yep. Which, by the way, if they come out with that shit, in my opinion, I think that they're gonna blow the motherfuckers out the frame. Right. The second.
See, the thing is though, and not that I know anything, but I just feel like if they come out with it, they probably won't build a, what's the Ready Player One, right? They would log into the Oasis, right?
The Oasis. Yeah.
So
standalone unit.
Yeah, they sold a headset that logged you into a universe, right? Called the Oasis. I don't know that Apple would build an Oasis,
Right.
Like they're more like, we'll build the headset and other people, y'all build some amazing universe that people can log into and take advantage of and shit like that.
Yeah.
But
Steve Jobs was alive, we would.
He probably would, absolutely, because he was all about that life. But
we need to create the standard for this.
Yeah.
And it would be fire.
Yeah, and
that's what he wanted.
It would have been amazing.
Did it to his
many things, and we don't have to get into that. But so many things would be different in that world.
But Facebook is like, I want to be freaking, what is it?
We want to create that
whatever
world.
from Ready Player One. Like he wants to own the headset and the fucking platform and sell the ads inside and freaking sell you in-app purchases and do all the things. And I'm sure they will. That's the weird thing with Facebook, right? Is that, just like this was one of the things I was yelling at last week at my radio when I was listening, is like, and this wasn't like a fact check thing or anything. It's just like Facebook is one of those things that we all fucking hate, but we all still, other than Dave, all still go to it, right? Like we still go back to it for one reason or another. Sometimes it's because of a business, feature. Sometimes it's because it's a connection feature. And the funny shit is like Rocco's one of the one that's like, he talked the most amount of shit about Facebook and he be on it the most, more than any of us. And it's just, it's one of those things where you fucking hate it, but how do you get away from it? And even
it became a part of natural life.
And even Dave swears he's not on Facebook, but motherfucker,
he's on Instagram.
You're on Instagram. It's just the same exact motherfucking thing. They're doing the exact same shit.
The same company.
My
Nothing has
anti-Facebook, it has nothing to do with Facebook practices or stealing data. It's not a moral stance that I'm taking. It's literally, I'm sick of seeing the same bullshit content in my feed. And on Instagram, I don't get that. I have variety. I can see what I want. It's not racism. It's not,
but it
homophobic
can be
content.
Unless you get into the comments.
Follow.
If you get into the
on
comments,
Facebook, that shit is in your face, though.
It is.
And on Instagram, I feel like it's not. Like I go to
you don't follow the same people on Facebook. You're not in the same.
Why would I? Like that's the point. I don't want those fucking people, bro.
The
I don't
connections
want
that you had on
them.
Facebook for whatever reason, high school, college. And their family and friends or whatever, coworkers, however your connections on Facebook you made a different network on Instagram. And that's the only reason you're not seeing it. Because my brother sends me shit from fucking Instagram that I would be like, God damn, like it's basically the same shit as Facebook.
Right. And I'm sure the content, the alt-right content, the QAnon content,
it all exists.
It's
the
all
algorithms, algorithms are the same. They're not different.
It's all out there. And honestly, like my family, mostly like they don't. Nobody uses like Instagram cuts down on the age factor. Facebook is a lot of older fucking people.
It is, yeah.
And Instagram is not. And
Agreed.
I go through
very
my
true.
Instagram probably once a week, and I will go through.
Although
people
they're
that I'm
creeping
following.
over.
100%. They're trying. They're still sort of stupid to it, but I'll go through my feed
I
once a
unfollow
week.
I see a lot of
unfollow
older,
motherfucker.
mature people on Instagram lately.
I go through once a week, and I will say, like, if I haven't talked to you or interacted with you in the last like month, you're gone. Like, I don't even care.
I'll tell you this, not to cut you off, Walt, but I'll tell you what 100% changes the dynamic between IG and Facebook is you can't repost somebody on Instagram, right? You can't just reshare. You can reshare to groups. You can reshare into
story.
threads
Or
and
your
DMs
story.
or to your story, but you can't just repost it so that somebody else sees it on their feed the way that you can do that on Facebook, and that keeps the algorithm
And
feeding
even
into the popularity of something.
50% of the people that I follow, I have their stories muted because I don't give a shit what they post in there. So like, I don't even want to go through 1,000 stories.
I don't even go through stories like that.
That's I get
I
it.
do
dude.
some, but
I get it.
I don't really go through it.
I
like,
just go through like the first, I don't know, I can get through like
right,
maybe
first
8
few,
or
whatever.
10, and then I'm like, all right, get the fuck out of
Yeah.
here.
I was like,
Exactly, because it would be an all-day thing going through.
I just
stories.
unfollow
real.
everyone. If somebody posts some shit that I don't like and it looks like it's a trend with that person or whatever, like if it's like one, whatever, all right, I'm moving on.
I don't
But
think
if
I've
it's
ever
like
had to do that on
if-
Instagram.
No, on Instagram I do that.
Oh,
shit.
you're talking
once
about-
once I found.
No.
I'm talking about on Facebook.
Yeah.
On Instagram, like it's been much better because if you post some shit that makes me feel any kind of a way, like a negative way in general, it could be the stupidest fucking post. But the fact that you seem stupid to me and it's kind of already making me feel kind of like
Right.
like this motherfucker is stupid.
Yeah.
I unfollow. And if you are not that important
And
to
that's
me,
peaceful.
I unfriend. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
No,
it. And
I
I move
love
on.
the unfollow option. When I found out that was an option that I could just
Same.
not the IG, the unfollow on
On Facebook. Yeah.
No, but IG too. It's great on IG too.
IG is called something else. It's like muting.
Yeah,
or
it's
some
like
shit
muted.
that.
Yeah, I mute
Yeah.
their shit all the fucking time.
And that's
There's some
that's
I forget
so
they're my
graceful
friend.
because I don't have to feel like I'm hurting anyone's feelings.
Some people
Yeah,
I
I'm just
want to hurt.
cleaning
Yeah,
Some
my
people
shit.
I want to
Agreed.
hurt when
Some
I
people,
unfollow them.
yes.
I'm
But
like,
you
good,
know,
see
family
this, you're
and
a
shit.
bitch.
Sometimes I just
Sure,
I don't want to
you wanna
deal with
just-
it.
yeah,
I just
one
don't want to
step
see
out.
your
One
shit no more.
One last thing that's super annoying on fucking Facebook, when the fact that people have the ability to tag you in some shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can
without your
untag
approval?
yourself.
Yeah.
you can untag yourself, but it's still fucking annoying that you are tagging me in this bullshit. It recently happened. Somebody tagged me
They don't
once.
have a
I
privacy feature to
No.
that?
I untagged
say
myself. I
there's gotta
untagged
be.
myself or whatever.
But they don't have
it
a
was
way
the
to
first time.
block people from doing that?
I'm sure it hasn't been enough of an issue to where I'm like,
Okay.
all right, this needs to
Let
be.
me
a
go
fucking
dig
privacy
into the
setting.
settings.
Yeah. Right.
No, it goes into
Those are brutal.
Call up a genius.
This person tagged me. I untagged myself. All right, cool, whatever. The motherfucker tagged me again in a similar fucking dumbass bullshit post where they're tagging everybody. I just unfriended the motherfucker. Like, I don't
There you
care.
go.
I know who he is. I know, like, we don't talk or anything like that, but I know who he is. And I just, like, I have zero tolerance for that shit. Don't fucking tag me in anything that I don't want to, like.
Disrespect me, bro.
Right.
It feels that way
some
when you
respect on
in
my
some
name.
spam type fuck.
Some
There's a lot of
respect on
shit
my
going on
IG
nowadays.
handle.
There's a lot of crazy ass shit going on nowadays where people are like, "Yo, I just made this much money on cash," and it's people that I fucking know, and it's like, "Yo, this
Damn,
person
bro.
just dropped."
You sure
X
their
amount
shit
on
wasn't
Some of
Cash
these are,
App.
some of these are hacked though.
Some of them are
Ray
hacked.
Bans, 75% off. Scoop them up.
Well,
You know,
no,
you seen
those
that?
are definitely hacked. But
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
lately
that's definitely
I've had a couple friends that they hit me with the fucking. I just made $10,000 on crypto billionaire or some shit on
Right.
IG, and I'm like, I think you got hacked, bro. I think your shit got hacked.
On IG, it's easy for me to sort of barricade myself with what I want to see, the content that I want.
Same. I fuck with IG way more than I do Facebook.
100%.
Facebook, I honestly don't even know why I have it. I'm probably going to cut my shit off. If Johnny,
That's fair.
honestly, just because I can't stop myself from just like randomly going to it, but there's really no reason for me to go to it, honestly. So like I'm just at the point where I was actually gonna be like, yo, Johnny, would you mind every now and then just checking in on the group and
honestly
approving
that group
certain
would
shit?
be
I don't
just
even
set everything
do it
to
anymore.
auto approve and just let that group become what it is, and maybe
Right.
it'll become a 4chan or something like
you're
that.
right.
Like it'll
You're right. Just put it on.
just let it go.
Here you go.
We
Yeah.
just push
We
it
have-
into the
we
world.
have no admins.
We've done
We
our
might
part.
have to.
Enjoy yourselves.
Make random
Enjoy
people
yourselves.
admins, like AJ. Make AJ an admin of the group. Be like, dude, this is your job. Just fucking,
Make sure this
just
shit
make
all
sure
goes
this
smooth.
keeps going.
Make sure it doesn't get banned.
it. Yeah,
Please.
that's all. That's all.
Which we are pretty close to that.
Well, we've gotten
very,
a few,
I'm sure.
a few
got
violations.
Some warnings. Yeah.
I've gotten some that are just like, yo, if this person posts anything else within this group that's like this, they would have to permanently be off of this group.
Okay.
And I didn't even bother that person. I'm just like, yeah, they're doing their job.
That's what they're here for.
That's the whole point. Fuck your community
that's the whole
policy
point.
and standards.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't fuck with y'all anyway.
No.
All right, so just to move on a little bit
Did
of
you
news.
not see the name of the group?
Yeah, insensitive culture, bitch. We got to be insensitive about something.
It's the safe zone.
Word. So with Fetty Wap was arrested by FBI on federal
yeah.
charges.
At Rolling
And
Loud.
it's at Rolling Loud.
Did
He
you
didn't
see
even
that,
get to
Johnny?
perform, right?
Did you see it?
I think it was Thursday.
It was before it hit the weekend. But that's fucked up. I guess there's a lot of shit. There's rumors that Rolling Loud is working with the feds. Yeah, is working with
Damn, bro.
because there are certain venues that or certain festivals and shit that where artists would show up and shit like this happens. And then it turns out that the event is going
The
down.
feds could just
and
go
they're
on the
working with
internet
them.
though, right? And
But
be like,
that's
oh,
what- yeah, that's
Fetty
what I'm
Wap
saying.
at
They
Rolling
could.
Loud
No,
Thursday.
no.
Let's be there, dog. Let's be there.
Absolutely could. But as a company, Rolling Loud could definitely be like, I don't know if that person is in the building. I don't know. Like they don't have to cooperate.
But if feds roll up, can't they do whatever the fuck they want? Be like, well, we're coming in there anyway because we're feds. So
Yeah, I think
fuck
it would
yourself.
depend on how was it like Fetty Wap showed up in his Sprinter van or fucking tour bus or whatever, and when he walked out, the feds were waiting for him. That would be a little suspect. Like, well, they knew they at least had access to his stage time, and they knew when he was showing up and at what time. You know what I mean? They would have some type of coordination there. Or if it was like Fetty Wap had been there for like 2-3 hours waiting until going on stage, but the feds knew when he was supposed to perform, and then they showed up afterwards, and or they showed up at, I think it was, no, I'm like 90% sure he did not perform at all. They got him before he got on stage.
yeah, they got him
So
before.
it's not like he went off stage.
right.
I mean, it could be.
But when do they
it doesn't-
release
also
those?
doesn't
Like those schedules get released when?
I mean, I had this guy. I knew everybody
Yeah,
that
the
was going
schedule
to
has been
perform
down
since
for
September. I think 24th they sent out the schedule.
So feds
Yeah.
get their hand on the schedule. They're
And,
like, yo, Fetty Wap's
yeah,
supposed
they
to
could
be
have
there.
got
Let's
it
fucking
from-
bag 'em.
There had to be at least like 150 people with legal access to the set time. Who knows if one of those was pressed for something else by the feds?
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
And it could absolutely, like I'm just saying, it doesn't necessarily mean the Rolling Loud people.
Nah, it does
them.
not. They're not snitching
are-
on motherfuckers out here.
It could be.
It could
but-
be,
I mean, yeah, it could
absolutely, but
be.
I don't want to throw them under the bus without
Yeah.
any concrete
no.
evidence and
I'm
be
saying
like,
that's what's been the rumor.
I'm
Not
sure
necessarily
that sounds like some
they're-
internet shit to say.
Sure.
There's people are they're billed, yeah, but it's just super, and I understand the feds don't give a fuck about any of that shit.
Right.
Yeah.
However, it's so fucked up that you show up to a
It
festival.
is a fucking grimy way to catch somebody.
Yeah. You show up to a festival to fucking perform, and all of a sudden now you're going
Clink,
to prison.
clink. Yeah, that's some bullshit. That's a grimy
Word.
way to get locked up. Now, I looked at what they charging him for.
Yeah. I was just looking at that shit too.
Motherfucking shit.
Yeah. I was just reading that same shit. So this says that they're all accused of running what prosecutors described as a multi-million-dollar bi-coastal drug distribution organization. And that let's see.
There was. I seen something about UPS driver had hidden compartments.
Hidden compartments.
I don't even know how that.
Drugs.
I don't understand how that works. Like you
I don't
got
know how that shit works either.
an actual post office truck, and you built in hidden compartments, and you always use the same truck, or is it an illegal truck? And
I don't know.
like,
You're asking somebody who would not fucking know. But I'm sure this is a no.
Pontificating over here. Like I'm trying to figure out like how the fuck did this even work out with
this
them?
is just an assumption. This is just an assumption. But let's say you are issued a truck every single time. This is your truck, right?
If that's the case, then
And you are the individual that works for this company. Now they approach you and they say, "Yo, do you think that you can, like, if you're down with this, show up to this place and we will, completely redo your truck so that you can make these deliveries." And that's how they would do it. Now, if every single time you show up to work, it's a different truck, then obviously that's not going to work. But I would have to assume that is how that would work.
see, this is this is a little bit of a tangent, but it's kind of related to the whole thing. I'm trying to understand, and obviously money and profits are the number one motivator here. So maybe it's not a thing you can understand. But it's like, I would feel like if people just consistently were dying, like from what I was putting out and selling, like ridiculously amounts of people are dying, right? Mm-hmm. I get why they're using fentanyl. Like it's a cut and it's cheaper and it has a
People
similar
on the streets are
reaction.
asking for it too.
It has a similar feeling to the heroin or whatever, right? It doesn't make, like, can they find something else that is
I thought
not
laxative.
as
Wasn't
fucking
laxative
lethal?
a good
Can they
cut?
just
Is that
add
not-
something else to cut this fucking shit?
I don't know. I don't get into that. Like, I don't speak to enough people like in that industry to really understand. But from what I
That's
understand,
good.
that
That's
like
a good
people are actually like requesting this. Like
they want
people
fentanyl.
who are buying they want fentanyl. Yes. The problem is now it's being cut into so many other things, and
Right.
literally the fine line between being high and an overdose is like the amount of fentanyl that it would
Right.
take for you to overdose is minuscule. Like
Exactly.
it's so
That's why I
fucking
was
small.
like, it's so dangerous.
Because
Why
it-
fuck with it?
Because they don't care, bro. They don't care. If you just got a batch that just had a little bit too much fentanyl, you're dying, and that's the problem. It's now it's in literally in everything, because the people who do want it, they're fucking druggies, man. That shit gives them a high like nothing
Well, not
else.
them. I'm talking
and
about
they don't
like
give a fuck.
the pushers.
Oh, no,
you
no,
know,
I
the
know,
dealers.
I get it, I
Like,
get it.
It can't be in their best interest to sell that, right?
That's why
Pushers
the
do
only
not-
shit I was ever, back in the day, only shit I was ever able to, move around is bud, because it felt like this should
Like
be
you're helping.
accessible
You were doing
anyways.
good. You were doing
I
a
was
good
doing
thing.
it good
Yeah.
for the community. I was making
Absolutely.
myself a little money on top for
Smoking a little
taking the
bit.
risk.
Yep.
But outside of that, you know what I mean, I
Nobody's
wasn't doing
getting
it.
hurt.
I was trying to hurt nobody. I'm too much of an ethical hustler.
And if I came up to you and I was
I
like,
was
the same
yo,
way. That's why I
Johnny,
couldn't do it.
Johnny,
Yeah.
last week, like 4 people you sold some chronic to, they're dead, bro. Like, what are you?
I
what
would,
are you doing?
I would stop. I would never push that
exactly,
shit again.
exactly. That's why it
I would
doesn't
get a
make sense.
motherfucking job. Amazon is hiring.
I think a lot of people that get into that is just like, man. I mean, I don't even want to fucking speculate,
No,
but
no,
still,
no, I feel you.
I'm just saying, like, I don't think that's even.
I mean,
on
if
their
you're
fucking
selling
mind. They don't
heroin
give a
to
fuck.
fucking
They don't
people,
care.
you don't care about
Yeah,
anybody.
you don't
Yeah,
care
you don't
about
care
shit
about
at that
anyone.
point.
Anyone.
You're already sending heroin. You're right. You're right.
Yep.
I mean, even if you like coke and crack, like coke, whatever, that's more of a party drug. I get that. But like crack and yeah, you don't give a fuck. You're not worried about the well-being of the community or the person you're selling it
You
to.
justify it in your head like they want it anyways. I'm just providing
They're
something that they
that's
want.
gonna get it
exactly what
somewhere.
everyone says.
Yeah.
They're going to buy it anyway. It might as well be from me.
Exactly.
And that's total bullshit. But whatever, we'll move on. All right, so all right, we got to get into some Hollywood news pretty soon. But I did want to. No, not yet. I'm trying to think of whether or not we should bring it up. But anyway, let's see. All right, no, fuck it, hit it. Hollywood. This is somewhat Hollywood news, but I just wanted to bring it up, right?
I
So
know.
so yeah, I just wanted to bring it up, but our guy Pete Davidson,
Our
man.
guy Pete Davidson.
Our guy Pete Davidson.
I already
it's
know. I see.
It's getting. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. It's getting harder and harder.
I'm not
to-
even mad
to,
at this point. I'm
no,
not mad anymore. I'm over it.
I still wonder why. However, it's like, all right, at this point, it's like
there's something.
my
There's
man
something
is,
that
my
we're
man
just
is
not
slinging
seeing,
something.
dog.
Yeah. My man is slinging something, and
He
more
is
power to him.
Mr. Rebound.
Yo, so Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson were spotted holding hands, and it's not like something that I even wanted to cover on this show, but it's
It needs to be. It needs to be
Pete
spoken
Davidson.
on.
We
It
come
needs
out,
to be
talk about
spoken
it.
on.
We've come out before and called ourselves the anti-Pete Davidson pod.
Yeah.
Word.
But I'm not even gonna lie. It's
Let's retract
All
that.
right, bro.
Can we retract the anti-Pete Davidson?
You
But
know
let's do
what?
it now because I feel like at this point we look like the assholes. He's just going from 10 to 10 to 10, and we're just like, fuck this dude. He's a piece
exactly.
of shit. We look like dickholes.
I'm
So we were
I'm
wrong.
Still
I was
lost and
wrong.
confused, but
so am
Doesn't
I,
matter.
but I'm just
it
not.
must
I'm
be
not,
like
I'm not
what
even
you said,
questioning it
right?
anymore.
When you meet him, he's gonna be like the coolest motherfucker.
Right.
And you're
He's
gonna
gotta
like,
be. He's
Damn,
gotta
I feel
be.
like an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
until
when we meet
then,
you one
Pete,
day, Pete Davidson, I
what
apologize
the
for
fuck
saying
is
we were
you doing,
anti-
bro?
What the fuck
What
you
is
doing?
you slanging over there?
He's doing something, bro. And my girl was like, maybe it's just because he's funny. I'm like, I don't even fucking find this guy funny like that. Like I don't get it. He's like on Saturday Night Live. He's like,
He has some stuff they hit sometimes. Like
they
his
hit sometimes,
sketches,
but he's
they
more
can
like
be funny.
he's more like Jimmy Fallon, where they
Yeah.
would just like he
does
can't
that.
hold his
He
fucking
doesn't have
laughter and
acting
shit.
chops per
He
se.
does himself a lot too lately. Like he shows up on the Weekend Update, and he shows up as Pete Davidson,
And he kills.
Okay, yeah.
He
and
kills. He comes
because
out.
he
People
makes
love
fun
that
of
shit.
himself, which is pretty standard stand-up, self-deprecating humor, and yeah, he has been crushing it. And she was just on recently
Saturday Night
at-
Live. Yeah, that's
she was
probably
on-
where
Oh,
they
he
found
found
where
his
they
in.
got
He
up.
found his in.
Yep.
She
That's
fucking.
happening.
She was like floating
And I
to
think
it
they
like
were
when
on a
they
segment
smelled that
together.
pie. I'm sure they were.
Probably.
I'm sure they were. They were going over
I-
script notes together.
But we can't.
There was some shit going down.
we don't have to go in so hard on it. But I just wanted.
I feel you.
I had to mention it. I had to mention it, and we had to come out and just be like, yo,
Good for him.
you know what? Fuck it, Pete Davidson.
Fuck
we
it,
officially
Pete.
fuck with you,
I'm
bro.
a man. I can admit when I'm
We'll
wrong.
officially,
and I
we
was
officially
wrong.
fuck with you, bro. You know,
We're the Pete
more
Davidson
power to you,
pod.
bro. Like, keep winning, bro. Keep winning.
I mean, this ain't
he's
no
not-
peak pod, but
He's not Taika, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we
it's
were
not a
fucking
Pete
with him.
Davidson
Though.
pod, but
We're
you know
fucking
what?
with
We
him.
fuck with you.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know. Is he above?
He's like
or
on like
below
the Chet Hanks.
Oh, he's bro.
He's above
Bro,
Chet
he's way above Chet Hanks, bro. This will never, as long as Blazer Ramon is on this podcast, this will never be a Chet Hanks pod.
It is
ever.
not. We just like
I fuck with Chet Hanks though.
Yeah, I fuck with Chet
It's
Hanks.
not a Chet
You
Hanks
have him on the
pod,
you
but
have him on the top 5, Johnny. Then if you fucking with Chet Hanks, that's all you, baby.
I'm
you
just
get
saying,
that.
you know, I would have a conversation with him and not walk away.
I could have sworn I saw something that he's actually coming out with a song with Soulja Boy.
I don't fuck with that. No.
No, I don't fuck with that either. I just thought that was hilarious.
Johnny, he's looking for a manager.
You know what? You better jump on that
You
shit.
know
You're
what?
gonna make
I'm
some
gonna
money.
jump after that.
Honestly, yeah, bro, you would have to do that.
Reach
If
out.
that came
Kinda
down to
would.
it.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you need to get your dad in here for a meeting, first of all, and we need to just discuss some things.
We just need to talk
man.
about raising some
Gump.
funds.
Yep. All right, so let's move on. All right, so by the time this airs, it would be tonight. Tonight, people would have tickets for the Eternals to watch
shit.
tonight.
Damn.
So as of
hasn't
right
even-
now, you're gonna
hasn't
have
come out
to
yet?
you're gonna have to let us know, because as of right now, the Eternals has the lowest score of any MCU movie, and it's currently at it's loading. I want to say 59% considered
it was
a Rotten Tomato.
Just under the rotten mark.
Just
last
under the
time I
rotten
checked.
Yep, 59%.
59%. Yep.
Oh no!
So it is considered rotten at this point.
Are they getting
Now-
bombed?
They did get
Can
on
it really be
IMDb.
that bad?
On IMDb, they got bombed. I don't know about Rotten Tomatoes.
I'm
I don't
still.
know. I just got a maintenance in progress on Rotten
I did
Tomatoes.
too, I did
so
too.
are they
Oh,
getting-
yeah.
Maybe they are getting bombed.
They're trying to clean up the bombs. That's what they're doing. They're going through and yeah. Do they do that? Is that? Can they?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But I'm still going. I'm still going because I'm invested in the MCU
Yeah,
in
we
general,
still gotta
and I
see
don't
it,
want
though.
anything to be spoiled.
No.
So I'm still gonna go to it. I know a lot of people are
That's
taking
this weekend,
these.
right? You're going this weekend? You have pre-sales?
Yes. I don't have. I don't. I've never had a problem purchasing a fucking ticket. To
Oh,
a
you
movie.
just go there? That's
Yeah, I just
fucking
go there.
scary as fuck, bro. I want to know where I'm sitting, what time. Like, I need to know.
Wait, no,
all
you
that.
buy your ticket at the theater?
My man just shows up to the theater.
no,
It's like,
no,
yo,
no,
let me
no,
like
no,
it's
no, no.
1992.
No.
Right.
No.
I'll sit wherever there's a spot.
No. I order it. I order it on Fandango. I order it on Fandango like everybody else, and I pick my seat before I go and all this shit.
Okay. I'm like, damn, bro, you show up to the kiosk.
Let me get one for
Done that.
Eternals.
Done that. Not on opening night, but I've done it.
The guy doesn't even know how to get you one ticket. He's like, I don't know what. Because to call the manager over, bro.
You need this printer hasn't printed in 16 weeks.
The ticket scanning guy doesn't believe you when you try to be like, oh, here's my ticket. He's like, no, pull your fucking phone
The
out.
shit you guys
Where's your
fucking talk
ID?
shit about.
Where's your ID?
It's amazing. It's amazing the shit you guys talk shit about. But no, I haven't purchased my ticket as of today. However, I will once I have an idea of when I would be able to go. Yes, I will purchase my
okay,
ticket
okay.
on Fandango. I would know where I'm sitting. I would go up there, show my phone, and say, "Hey, scan this at the kiosk." and I will print out a fucking ticket. But this is not stopping me from watching it, mainly because if it was any other movie, I'd be like, yeah, I'm not. But
Like, they're probably right.
there's gonna be
right.
something. There's gonna be something in this movie that is going to trickle down somewhere. And I don't want to be spoiled. I just don't want to be spoiled on anything that has to do with the MCU.
I mean, we
so.
have to at this point, especially being on this pod. I feel like we have no choice but to go see these movies in the
Right.
theaters now.
Right,
like,
right.
Word.
what are we gonna do? Like, you guys.
Yo, what if
bullied
The
me into
Watcher
go
shows
seeing
up?
What?
The what? The Watcher? That'd be
Watcher.
dope. That'd be crazy.
That would be dope. I would fuck with that hard.
Since they're
Jeffrey
bringing
Wright?
the Celestials
Jeffrey
and all
Wright,
that shit.
I don't know. We have to see because I hear that the end credit scenes are gonna be that those are pretty wild, and I want to say that those have been like at least one of them has leaked, and I'm trying to avoid all that shit like the fucking plague because I am gonna watch it. I said all of that just to pretty much say I'm still making it. I'm still gonna watch it. Yeah. And you know, and then I'll judge it for myself. If it's trash, I will say that it's fucking trash.
Yeah, I mean, we never sugarcoat.
I'm not gonna lie, like the director, the movies that although they've won awards, they are very slow paced movies. Like that Nomadland, I watched half of it, and that was incredibly slow fucking paced movie.
I never watched that. Was that good?
I saw half of it. And I never went back.
Chloe Zhao, I think.
Yeah. So all of the movies that she's had, this is the lowest rating for any of the movies that she's made.
Damn.
Right. So I think, in my opinion, I'm thinking that this is probably getting all of that hate because it's not the normal pace of a movie for the MCU. We're used to action-packed movies. We're used to a lot of like big stories, and I think this is probably going to play out much slower than all of the other MCU movies. And when you go into an MCU movie, you expect something specific like from the MCU. And I think that this is different enough that it's getting all of this backlash. Yeah. And so for that alone, I have to check it out for myself. I mean, I don't know. It might be complete fucking trash. And I'll have to admit it, but
I'm sure it won't be
trash. No, it's not going to be trash.
I mean,
it's just
it'll be like Shang-Chi, where like, yo, that was dope, but it's not like, oh my god,
but it's not getting the same. It's not getting the same praise as Shang-Chi. So
shit,
because it was nonstop fucking action, and I think people are going in with an expectation of the MCU, of the current MCU, and how we know it today. 10 years of it.
Reviewers, is that? I don't.
They should know better.
Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't fucking like reviewers.
But Rotten Tomatoes uses only what newspapers and blogs.
As of right now, it's not. It's none of the like no fan reviews.
No audience score. Yeah.
No audience. Right. There's no audience score right now. It's only critics. It's only critics and reviewers.
Yeah.
Which to me, that could easily be. Who knows, right? Who knows? Who offers what? That could be bought. That could be a bought fucking bomb. You know what I mean? Like somebody could pay them to give a bad. I don't know why they would do that, but it could be.
I mean, it could be a critic at some hick newspaper in fucking Oklahoma somewhere. Like you don't know.
They all
who
count.
These critics are either, right?
Yeah, they all count. But
exactly.
I'm just saying.
Because remember the
anyone. That's why I never look at reviews.
Score is the average,
right?
Of thumbs ups, thumbs downs for different critics around. So it who knows? Either way, it should be noted that it's the lowest
for sure. Yeah, for sure. No, for sure.
Because none of the other ones were like that. Yeah,
it is concerning.
It was concerning when it became the lowest. When it got to the point where it was like lower than Thor 2.
Yeah,
which is probably the most hated. Other than Iron Man 3,
even though it's
probably
a good movie,
still the most hated. And I saw it the second time, and I appreciated it much more after watching the rest of the MCU, everything that came back. But I get it.
And I think it makes sense that you said that too, right? The Iron Man 3, Thor 2, this movie, they're more story than action. Mm-hmm. All three of those are more story than action, and I think that's probably why they're getting the critical response.
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Common denominator between all those.
Yep, that's exactly what I'm thinking. And looking at looking at the director's track record for the movies that she has created, that she's getting praise for outside of the MCU.
Yeah, she
recreated that same style within the MCU, but with movies that movies in the MCU, there is a specific thing that people are looking for. Yeah. And whatever she has delivered in this movie, that is not it. So I'm going into it, while I know that it's the MCU, I'm going into it thinking that this is going to be a different type of MCU movie. And hopefully I don't walk out of there thinking, what the fuck did I just watch? What is the point of this movie?
Right.
I don't think you will.
I don't think I will either, but still. I'm just saying that I'm hoping that I don't fucking walk out of there thinking that way.
Did we
but
all fuck with Dune? Did you watch Dune?
Yeah.
The new Dune?
I
John?
fuck with Dune.
yeah.
I fucked with Dune too.
I
So
fuck
like,
with Dune.
I feel
And
like
that's a
I feel like
slow-paced
that was
movie.
a decent slow paced movie. So if we can
Yeah.
fuck with that, dude, I feel like we shouldn't have any problem with Eternals. And if we're watching Foundation, we definitely shouldn't
Yeah.
have any fucking problems with
Word.
Eternals.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I slowed down on Foundation.
I won't
that's my
lie.
point.
I saw it the first time I saw it was at the
I
theater
did slow down on that too.
in Cali, and it was. I think I was jet lagged, and it was just a different my time of night when I saw it. Right, I think it was like 8:30 at night over there, which would have been 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Right.
So I did pass out a couple of times when I seen it in the theater, but I
That shit
seen it
happens to me
again
so much.
on HBO, and I did a drinking game with it
Nice.
and got fligged wasted on it. I mean, the drinking game was unfair. It was like the two biggest keywords were spice and Arrakis.
Oh Jesus! Just those
It
are the
was
only
like
two rules
Arrakis,
you need in
spice,
your plastered,
spice,
bro.
Arrakis,
Yeah.
spice, Arrakis. It was
Spice.
Yeah.
wild.
That's crazy.
But the overall story, either way, both times, yeah, I agree. Like it was slow pace, but still, I'm with it enough to
Yeah.
Yeah.
enjoy it, and I think Eternals will be similar.
Yeah. Now if you went into it thinking this is an MCU movie, it would totally change your perception on what this movie should be.
Yeah.
Rather
Well,
than going
although-
in on a full.
I think people were hyping it, and I think I was lucky that they gave two references because people were saying this is the next Star Wars franchise, but then they also said this is the next Lord of the Rings franchise. If they wouldn't have said the Lord of the Rings franchise, then I would have looked at it with a different expectation. Because Star Wars has way more action than Dune had. Where
Right.
Dune is more like the prequels, the Star Wars prequels that are more about the political motivations and all the politics really of galactic supremacy, which is kind of how both Dune and Foundation are, as they're kind of all driven from the same source material. Thanks, Chica, for ruining my take.
Chica's not a big Dennis Villeneuve fan.
No, she's not
Nor
with
am I.
Denis Villeneuve.
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 It would be Johnny to correct you on that.
I mean, that's what he's here for, right? Rocco wouldn't have known that. So
Yeah.
thank you, buddy. Thank you.
No. I mean, we're not comparing Johnny to Rocco. As
Never.
much as we love
Never.
Rocco, he and
It's not
Johnny
even
are
close.
two
It's not even
completely
close,
different
Johnny.
people. And this is the analytical side of
true.
Johnny. Johnny looks at both sides. He picks a side for sure,
But he still looks at both of them.
He still looks at both of them, and he goes, "Well, this is why I disagree." And this is. He's not like,
He knows.
"Fuck you,
Shit.
Right.
fuck your way of thinking."
He's not polemic about it.
We love you, Rocco. No worries. All right, so
But fuck
on to the next
Critical Mass.
little bit of news.
What do we got?
Michael B. Jordan. We remember a little while back we discussed how he is producing a movie about Val Zod, which is another Superman story from a specific universe where he is a black man. So they finally
Superman,
landed
yeah.
their writer. So Darnell Mateer and Josh Peters are set to write Val Zod, and they are known for a movie that hasn't even come out yet, but I'm excited for
They're
Transformers.
known for something they haven't done.
No. They've done it. It's already coming
They're
out.
known for being attached to.
To Transformers: Rise of the Beast.
Are those two gentlemen? Are they black by any chance? Does it
That's a good question. Let's see.
say? Just out of curiosity.
When
I
is
mean,
that?
it seems
So
like
that
a-
Rise of the Beast has already been filmed?
I believe so.
I thought so too.
Transformers: Rise of the Beast. It comes out in 2022. So
Soon.
yeah.
Probably.
Oh no. Darnell Mateer.
Oh, is there Meta?
No photo. But he is tied to BMF. So he's a writer on BMF.
What's BMF?
BMF is another 50 Cent show on Stars, based on the Black Mafia family.
So there's a 75% chance.
No,
he's
he's for sure. I think he's black.
Okay.
And Josh Peters, also
That's
photos,
that's
but
not a
also
black
tied to
name.
BMF.
That's not a
So
black name, no, Josh
I don't know. I
Peters,
haven't seen BMF, but I keep hearing good things. But I wasn't a big fan of Power
right.
either.
Right.
And that's where 50 Cent and the Stars connection, that's where he gets all of his fucking praise from. And BMF is just a story that is very hood based, the Black Mafia family, and how they came to power, and all that shit. So of course there's going to be a lot of shit, surrounding that. But they are writers on that, and also they are both tied to Transformers. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 writers.
That's not good.
There are 7 writers for fucking Transformers. Some of them are the writers of the earlier script, and then 2 of them, which neither of them are the people we mentioned, wrote the screenplay.
So that seems like about 3 or 4 reworks in there.
Yep.
Can't be good.
Nah, I don't. Who the fuck knows?
It's
The
Transformers, though. We know it's not going to be good.
I mean,
Who are we getting here?
the biggest thing that I'm excited about is Ron Perlman is Optimus Primal.
Yeah, look out for them ampersands.
So I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I don't know. I've never seen BMF, and we have yet to obviously see Transformers because it is not out yet. But Transformers, when does that come out? I know it comes out in 2022, but do we have like a release date? Expected June 24th, 2022.
Summer blockbuster.
It's currently in.
Nice.
Yep.
Is that a
So
Michael
it's currently
Bay
in
film?
post production. No.
Pretty close.
I'm hoping. I fucked with Beast Wars, the cartoon, like the anime. So I'm
I hope
hopeful
this
about
is
it. Let's see.
Somewhat good.
Yeah,
That'd be nice. I'd enjoy it if it were. I don't want it to be bad, but
No, they're
probably
somewhat
will be.
entertaining. They just Transformers. Like after the fucking second one, it was just like, all right.
yeah, the first 2 were like, oh, this is cool. This is different.
Yeah. It was
Shia's
cool,
fucking in here. This is dope. Megan
Yeah.
Fox.
And then it
it just got wild.
by the time it got to Mark Wahlberg, it was like,
Right.
man, fuck, bro. All right. In other news, for the MCU right now, it is currently it's reported that I guess it's a big rumor. I don't know if it's for sure. However, MODOK, is that how it's pronounced?
That's always how I pronounce it. Yeah, in my head when I read it.
How it is in the
So
show.
Jim Carrey has reportedly been cast as MODOK for the MCU.
And it was Patton Oswalt, correct?
Yeah.
On the
On the
Hulu,
show,
Hulu
yes.
series, which I thought was weird. I thought
That is
he
weird.
wasn't doing a good job, or they wanted a bigger name. I don't know. I always thought. I mean, I love Patton Oswalt.
I mean, it's
I'm
still
sure he did a
Hulu.
great job.
I mean, it's
That-
a different
that's
type
a-
of show.
No connection
Yeah.
with the.
I don't think it has
It's
a
not.
connection to the MCU. No.
It's not.
I mean, the
no.
property itself, though. Like, how
No,
does
but-
Hulu even get away? Isn't it? Is it a Marvel?
Hulu is
property?
owned by
Like, who-
Disney.
Oh, so they can just do whatever the fuck they want. then.
So I think it's
They
I think it's just
distribute it over
its
on
own
Hulu
shit.
itself. I think that's what it is. Is because it's off canon, they put it on Hulu instead of on Disney Plus.
Right. So with
Damn.
with
There's
this
a couple
one,
of Marvel
he is
shows that are on Hulu.
Really?
Yeah.
and for this
They're
one,
like
it says he
off-canon.
is he's projected to be the villain on multiple MCU projects, including several Disney Plus series. So
Jim Carrey?
Jim Carrey.
Damn. Good for him.
Yeah.
He hasn't done much lately. I'd like to see Jim Carrey do something good.
Right. He's been on his the world isn't real
Right.
shit lately. So
And we'll let him do that.
no, I fuck with Jim Carrey.
Do your
I
thing,
actually
Jim.
I like that he says shit like that. It's
Yeah.
great to me.
He's out there.
Yeah, he's very, very much out there. All right, and in other news, Taika Waititi will reportedly direct Tower of Terror,
How does Taika have
Starring
any time to do anything
Scarlett Johansson.
ever?
I don't know. I don't
Scarlett
fucking know.
Johansson.
Yeah, she was tied to Tower of Terror prior to all of that shit that she was going, you know,
with Disney.
Going with Disney. That was one of the things. Is like we knew that she was going to be starring in the Tower of Terror, which is a movie that's based on a ride, same as Jungle Cruise.
Right.
Which Jungle Cruise wasn't that bad, but you know,
I didn't watch it.
Tower
Johnny
of
felt
Terror
like it
was based on a Twilight Zone episode.
Probably,
Maybe
I think
they
so,
just
yeah.
possibly.
maybe they.
No, 'cause when I
saw
went on
This
the
is tied to
ride-
Disney, so this
I
is
saw
definitely
the
based
thing
on
Disney
the
Plus.
ride.
The
Yeah,
guy
I saw the
voiced it.
thing.
Rod Serling was doing the voiceover for it. When I was at the
Yeah.
Tower of Terror, like he did the whole shtick when you were in line. And
Yeah. I just don't remember if it was actually based on an existing episode or if it was inspired by Twilight Zone and they made their own thing for the
It's a
ride.
good question.
I just can't remember. I've seen
that.
it's on on Disney Plus. They got that kind of behind the scenes of all their famous rides.
Oh damn! I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's a pretty dope little docu-series, and I seen
like
the
that
one for
they-
Space
I
Mountain,
like that they
and I
do
seen the
that
one
shit.
for Tower of Terror.
I like that they release those documentaries.
Yeah, they're
and
pretty dope.
different things like for Disney Plus.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that
Imagineers
shit.
is a dope one.
They don't make a big deal out of it either. They just pop up, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah.
like I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I'm down to watch this.
See,
I
I don't
like
go
that
on
they do
Disney
that
Plus to
assembled.
browse though.
I don't really do that either.
I know what I'm watching when I go to Disney Plus. Like I have a show. Like this is what I'm watching. This is why I'm here. Like I never just like what's on. Let me check Disney Plus and see.
Nah,
what's,
it usually pops up for me in on the
Yeah.
again. I use the Apple TV app, so it pops
Yeah.
up for me on the Apple TV app as a suggested thing to watch.
Nice. I should fuck with that more.
Yeah, I like going onto Apple TV Plus for that specific reason. But either way, it's directed by Taika. So
I mean, you know we gonna fuck with it.
Yeah.
It's a Taika pod, so I mean, hands down, we go in blindly to any Taika project, knowing full well that it's just gonna be fire.
yeah,
So
I agree.
I mean, and ScarJo, love me some ScarJo. Mm-hmm. I don't know the premise. Like, I mean, it's tough because I didn't watch Jungle Cruise either, but apparently they made a pretty
Jungle
decent
Cruise
movie out of
was
that.
was pretty good. I mean, it's a action flick. I felt
Family
like it wasn't.
action,
Yeah,
right?
it was
Like,
family, very family oriented action flick. I think we had said that it was kind of like it gave like some Indiana Jones vibes. Obviously, a little
Yeah.
bit more kiddie than
I get that.
than that. But it was a fun movie that you didn't really.
Expect much from?
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Those are always the
I
best.
think that's the appeal.
Yeah.
And I have kids, so I try to watch those movies with them, and then I'm the one that's actually like watching it,
Like,
and
oh,
now
shit, this is
I'm fucking invested in this.
Yeah.
and
see
and
that.
you and the kids are just like, whatever.
I'm like, no, we're watching this. We are finishing this. This is a classic.
We're fucking watching
yeah.
this movie.
I could see that. I could see myself getting in trouble with kids like that.
Yeah, and my kids are, if it's not animated,
Yeah, it's tough to.
they don't really grasp onto it. They
Yeah.
don't really give a fuck.
That's fair. I mean, I was the same way when I was a kid, bro. I wanted a cartoon, son.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to-
I liked all types of movies. I tried to put them on to like my daughter likes.
And she's getting older.
She's
so
getting older, so
she'll-
she's 8 right now, and she likes those type of movies.
she'll expand more. That's probably right around where I started watching like real movies on TV, just hoping to see some tits on HBO. Maybe
Who was
not
I
8,
talking
maybe
to
like
about
9,
this?
10.
I was just talking to somebody yesterday, telling them like that I'm okay with my kids watching certain shit that might be considered scary-ish, like,
Right.
or scary. I'm okay with that because I feel like it's going to, maybe they might get some nightmares, but maybe it'll harden them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like to just not be scared of shit. But I try to explain, like, yo, this is all fake. This is like,
Right.
those are people on a set. Like
Right.
that. Like this is all.
And that won't click in for a long time.
It won't. But like we were watching to end the holiday the Halloween season. We were watching more Halloween. We try to watch more Halloween-esque type of movies with the kids, and I suggested Beetlejuice with my son.
That could get scary for a kid, for sure.
It can, yeah, it can. However, my girl was like, "Oh, man, I think that's too scary." And I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, it could be creepy.
Right.
I don't think it could get scary. Like it'd be creepy, like
eerie.
the way that they look. Yeah, like
good...
they look. This is like it has to deal with death. But I also remember all the shit that just flew over my head as a kid.
Yeah.
So
and most of it is over his head, I'm sure.
Yeah, and my kids did the whole Gremlins thing. They wanted to watch Gremlins. You know what the fuck I did? Cool. We watching Gremlins. So we did watch Beetlejuice, but I just remember my girl is just like, this might be too scary for them.
I can
like,
see that.
I don't want to. I don't want to
that.
do that. I don't. And I'm just like, nah. We're like, fuck it. We're watching Beetlejuice. What the fuck is scary about Beetlejuice? But like I said, it wasn't scary. But definitely
when he opens the mouth up.
No, but see, like, I mean,
or when
I didn't
like
even find that scary as a kid.
Hell or whatever they call it, and he's got like the cheerleader, I think it is, and then the dude that got run over in the car.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, it could be creepy.
Yeah.
It could be creepy. I don't think
it wasn't like jump scare shit.
No. I don't think it was something that it would cause nightmares, but it was definitely creepy. Like, what the fuck is going on with this? And I think it was a lot more of that. No, he didn't get any fucking nightmares. He saw it, but he was asking me for a while, like, can you show me Beetlejuice again? Like before we saw the movie, because he said something. My daughter mentioned Beetlejuice, and he thought it was an actual juice. He's like, can you give me some Beetlejuice? And I'm like, no. This is a person. And he's kind of creepy looking. He's kind of scary looking. He's like, well, can you show me what Beetlejuice? And I showed him the picture, and then he was asking me for days, like, what is can you show me Beetlejuice again? Because that's my son. Like, if he's interested in something, he's like, Dad, can you pull up YouTube and show me?
Sounds like his dad. He goes hard on something when he's interested in it. Yeah, that makes sense.
He's like, I really want to see this, and I'm like, all right. So then we watched the movie. We saw the movie.
I mean, he had the curiosity, so all you did was feed that curiosity.
However,
nothing wrong with that.
The one thing that I did notice, we always touch on that, but the PG-13 from the 80s and 90s is completely different.
Different PG-13.
Different PG-13. So the part where luckily he wasn't quite paying attention at this part, but I remembered instantly as it was about to come on. Shit. I was like, oh shit. And that was like, he was like, what do you want me to do? I'm trying to cut a deal. And he fucking kicks the tree over and he's like, nice fucking model. And he fucking grabs his nuts.
Yep.
And I remember being a small kid, and that I would say that shit like, nice fucking model.
Nice fucking model. He's gonna say that to your
sometime. No doubt. One day he'll probably watch that again, and he's gonna go to his teacher, and he'll be like, "Nice fucking model."
Oh shit!
And depending on her age, she might laugh.
If she gets the reference,
she gets the reference, she might laugh at it. All right,
like your parents are cool. They showed you Beetlejuice,
right?
Right. He's already at the age where he was like, I think I mentioned this before, but he was like, yeah, me and my friends say shit all the time on the bus.
On the bus, we say shit on the bus.
We say shit all the time on the bus.
We're not supposed to, but we say it.
You probably shouldn't say that. He was like, yeah, I know, we're not supposed to, but we say shit all the time on the bus.
That's also adorable.
It's hilarious. We laugh at a bunch of shit that we probably shouldn't be laughing at. But it's like, what the fuck can you do other than tell him and like, hey, you probably shouldn't do that, bro.
Shouldn't do that, bro.
You probably shouldn't do that.
You're just so chill about it. You're like, yeah, dude, you probably shouldn't say shit on the bus.
Yeah, you can't.
I mean, I get that you are, but you probably shouldn't do that, man.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Let the other people get in trouble.
Sort of talking them down. You're like, nah, but you're not making a big deal out of it. Like, you're not like, oh my God, you're saying shit on the bus. Like, you're being chill about it. Like, it's not the big a deal. Like,
we're both just like,
so that he doesn't be like, why was
shouldn't
Dad
do that,
freaking
bud.
out about that? Like,
no.
I get that. I get that. That'd be my parenting style. I feel like just sort of nudging them in the right direction,
we just
but
laugh.
not being like overt about it.
We just laugh at we like look at each other and we're like, just like laugh. Because another thing that I did, I forgot what it was something. It was something that happened, and I said, "Oh fuck!" And then my almost 2-year-old was just like, "Oh fuck!" No, and we just looked at each other like, "Yo, we need to stop. We need to stop saying shit like that." But we didn't make a big deal about it. We just kept laughing about it. And then she got the first reaction out of us, and then she was just like, she saw us, she was like, oh, fuck.
See, that's where I would fuck up. Like, you're not supposed to react to that, but I would 100%.
Oh, no, yeah. There's no way that you can't laugh.
Yeah. That's tough.
Nothing funnier than little kids swearing, dude. When little kids swear, it's so funny.
My son is at that great age where he just says random off the wall shit because he's in school and he hears it from someone else. Yeah, he hears shit on the bus and he'll just say some off the wall shit that we were just like, where the fuck did you hear that from?
We should have him on the podcast.
Yeah, oh my God, he would. No, he would give a
be
lot of
sitting
fart.
in a little chair right here. That'd be adorable.
Yeah. He came in here. He's dying to come back to the studio.
Nice.
Because I put the headphones on him. I let him talk on the microphone, and I played music. And he was like, "Oh my God!"
Let's do a quick interview.
Great. Yeah.
Oh, Eternals is down.
We
to
would laugh
56.
at something, and then he would just. It's what? Down to 56. Oh shit! Here we go. In better news,
And Dune's at 83.
Nice.
Okay.
Dune is good though.
Dune was good. Yeah. I mean, Dune is established at this point.
What's the user rating on Dune?
Then again, Dave Chappelle Closer is at 44. So.
Oh,
we know that
Fuck
was
the
review
critics.
bombed.
There's no audience rating yet. For
Dune?
Oh yeah, because I mean they haven't
for
seen.
Dune.
They haven't
Sorry.
Oh okay.
For Dune, the audience is 90.
Oh,
nice. So
shit, even better. Usually the audience is lower. Usually audiences are more
in
dicks
certain
about
movies
it.
I've seen that's honestly I go more by the user score than I do the reviewers. I don't fuck with reviewers. It's I don't know. They're analyzing it way too much. For me.
I like to read what they write, and then I'm like,
I do too.
Okay, I can
see
see
where
where
you're
you're
saying
saying that, but that doesn't. It obviously meant more to you than it means to me.
And that is exactly
yeah.
And that's exactly why I say that people are going into this with an expectation of the MCU, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why the score is so low. But we'll see. We'll see this weekend. So
yes, we will.
All right. So in other news, I think this is the last piece of information that I have. But Robert Downey Jr. and Matt Damon are now reportedly in talks to star in Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer, which we discussed previously because is it Cillian?
I think it's Cillian.
Cillian Murphy is tied to the project to play Oppenheimer himself. So this is already the cast is already starting to build up to where
That'd be dope.
I fuck with this movie. Yeah. And this is definitely a Nolan pod too.
Oh yeah.
Oh for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh for sure. There's no look at that. No downplaying on that.
No hesitation.
Nope. So I don't know. I'm down for that.
Yeah, no,
I can't wait.
Damon
What was
and Robert Downey Jr.
Oppenheimer? What you said was the gentleman who created the atomic bomb.
Yeah, in World War II. It was on the DL before they dropped him on Japan. But yeah, that whole story, like even if it wasn't like a Nolan movie, like I've watched countless documentaries and shit just about how that went down and everything.
Yeah,
like, it's a very interesting story. So to see Nolan
tied to it, plus dude, so far the cast that is tied to this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and we know how he did with Dunkirk, like him and like actual material that has like World War II, like the real story that happened. Like historical, a historical movie like that. We know he can handle it for sure.
Yeah,
and we love the Interstellar and the craziness that is Nolan, but another historical movie with a cast like that, dude. Like, I mean, the expectations are going to be running high, man. I hope it's fire.
I hope so too.
I hope it's true, honestly. Like, I mean, this is speculation.
Generally, I mean, like right now it says they're reportedly in talks.
We don't want to call it,
on it, but
shit happens in Hollywood. You never know.
It does. I mean, there's a lot of things that would, but generally by the time it reaches this point of it, it's pretty solid. They're just trying to downplay it because they heard it from
work out
somebody
numbers,
trying to work some shit out. But if this is true, I mean, just with the confirmation,
even if it was one of those
that
guys,
Cillian Murphy is starring as Oppenheimer, I'm already down.
I could see it. Like he has an Oppenheimer. Like he could easily become Oppenheimer. With
Right.
Some
I'm already down.
Studio
with that.
makeup. Yeah, that'll be fire.
All in.
Word. I'm all in.
Yeah.
So that's good news. It's good news. All right, guys. Do you have anything else to add to this stellar conversation?
Illustrious.
This is what we're known for here on Insensitive Culture. But if you don't have anything else, guys, you know what that means.
Shit.
It's the end of the episode. Some of you are like, oh my God, what the fuck did they talk about this entire episode?
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know. We won't even remember tomorrow. But thank you so much for staying this entire time and listening to us banter about random shit and our Hollywood takes. So
That's right.
again, as I stated in the earlier part of the episode, if you enjoy this podcast, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts and refer us to your friends and families, because that is the best way that you can help us grow. Every listener is cherished here on Insensitive Culture. And if you want to rep your podcast, your favorite podcast in style, check out insensitivemerch.com and cop yourself some dope gear. We are trying to improve that daily. Now, also, if you are interested on really geeky shit and you made it through here and you're just like, yo, these guys don't know enough about comic books and shit like that,
They don't know dick.
go to Apple Podcasts, search DFAT Entertainment, and you will find a bunch of podcasts with a bunch of nerds that get real geeky about shit like this and then some. All right,
They
but
know it
guys,
all.
thank you so much. We appreciate you. We love you. Peace.
Hey.